Ndị Anambra ekene m unu. Ndị Anambra efifi ọmanụ. Unu mara asị na ụka akpara akpa na isi ka eji ekwu ya. Unu lota na gọvanọ anyị bụ Prọfesọ Chukwuma Soludo CFR. O kwelu nkwa si na ọlụ ọbịa gwa ndị Anambra bụ ndị weli ya n'ọlụ etu ya si wee lụtadebe. Ọfa ncha ka anyị na-akpọ good governance, keeping to promises. Maka good governance bụ ikwe nkwa, ime nkwa, ikwelu. Stewardship, accountability. Ọnya ka anyị bịara tata. Ka gọvanọ na ndị Anambra kpalikọta ụka ka ọ bụ na ọlụ ahụ unu nyere ya etu ya si wee lụtadebe. Na-asị unu biko nu nwere na anyị ndidi ka unu gee etu anyị si wee lụtadebe, etu gọvanọ si wee lụtadebe. Ị na-anya efu na maka na gọvanọ gwara anyị mgbe ebidoro nkata ọbịa ọ bụrụ sọsọ ndị ABS jupụtara ebe a. Ọ sị mba na anyị emetere ya na-eje si jee kpọrọ ndị sigasị na steshọn ọzọ ka o wee doo anya na ife a na-ekwu bụ eziokwu ka ọ kpọ wee na-eje n'anya. Ya mere tata ndị mụ na fa ga-arụ ọrụ taa gbaa gọvanọ ajụjụ n'aka ekpe m bụ Monique Okechukwu na-alụ ọrụ na Kpakpando FM. Monique kene ndị Anambra.
Ndị Anambra ekenekwa m unu.
Onye nke ọzọ bụ Tony Edochie bụ onye isi ndị Ogene FM. Kenela ndị Anambra.
And the Anambra State, the immediate past general manager.
Okay.
And a member of the ABS too.
Okay.
Good.
And then, onye nke ọzọ wee bụrụ onye na-arụ na News Agency of Nigeria. Nya ndị mma maka nta akụkọ niile na Nigeria. Afia bụ Joy Mbatu. Biko nabata ya ekele ndị Anambra Joy.
Ndị Anambra na-alụ n'ọlụnụ ka unu gaa anyị ntị n'onu ọfụma.
Anyị ga-ebido nkata nwa anyị ga na-asụ ngili Igbo maka gọvanọ si na ọ dị anya asụtụ oyibo ịma na prọfesọ ka ọ bụ ọ baa n'oyibo ọ baa n'inu ọ tụọ n'inu so onye ọbụla mgbe oge ga-elu anyị ga-eme igwe okwu ife ọbụla ị chọrọ ịjụọ maka na gọvanọ bụ onye nwa bụ mahadum onye ọbụla ịjụrụ ya ọza maka mụnwa wee ka m bidie gọvanọ anya na Anambra inwe the news is mmadụ nchapụ n'ọnụ kịta bụ Anambra Investment Summit nke a ga-eme on Thursday 7th September. Ndị mmadụ ajụbago kedu summit a kedu ife ọ bụ maka ya, what is it about, kedu benefit ọ ga-enye ndị Anambra, kedu uru ndị Anambra ga-enweta na ya, kedu ndị na-abịa Anambra ife and then onwe ife ndị mmadụ ya na-asị ease of doing business. Mesịa summit a ga-akpa ife gbasara ease of doing business na Anambra. Prof.
Ndewo, ndị Anambra ekenekwa m n'ọzọ. Dịka anyị kwere na nkwa every 3 months, every quarter na anyị ga-abịa anyị anọtụọ n'ụdị a onye ọbụla ajụ ajụjụ. Anyị megokwa ụfọdụ oge dị iche iche anyị na-agwasị ndị Anambra okwu oge ọbụla. Mana nke a bụ nke a na-eme na ABS. O nwere oge gara aga about a month gara aga anyị nwere ya sị na Twitter space. Anọ m na Twitter. Ndị ọbụla na-hook on from all over the world. I think 8,000 something persons hooked on that day. I kwuo okwu ndị jụrụ ajụjụ and so on. But now this is all part of it. So ekene m unu. Nke ajụjụ izi jụrụ Chido about the Anambra Investment Summit. Anambra Investment Summit na-abịa on Thursday. Abalị tata. Ọbụla Anambra Investment Summit. Nke a ga-abụ the first ever investment summit Anambra na-enwe. A na-akpọ an investment summit. A na-akpọta investors. Ndị ga-etinyebe ife naanị na Anambra. Onye chọrọ ịlụ factory, onye chọrọ ịlụ ebe a na-eme shoe, onye chọrọ ịlụ housing estate, onye chọrọ ịlụ power plant, onye chọrọ ịlụ infrastructure, ma ọ chọrọ ịlụ rail, ma ọ chọrọ ịlụ anything. Bọsị ya ka ọ na-eme. Anyị na-akpọkọnata onye ọna ka anyị kọwalụ ụwa Now Anambra is ready for investment. Now Anambra got the next axis for sustainable prosperity. Onya bi fa na akpọrọ ndị mmadụ. And ọmabo investment summit like the other ones a na-eji ịsụ oyibo. Ụbọchị a ndị sụrụ ya n'oyibo ga-asị na will close deals. I got sign concrete agreements. A na-ekwu ekwu, a na-eme eme. I got funding nke na-abịanụ. And a na-emesi ya that day. Echi aga m eje Ụmụnya. Ga mee ground breaking. Ebe ndị na-abịa ịlụ ebe a ga-emekwa moto na Anambra. 2 weeks or ife a na-abịa na aga m eje ebe a na-emepe ebe a na-alụ ebe a na-eme meter. Electricity metering company. And so on. And when a series of companies, I line to go up on either to go for their groundbreaking or this. And on that day, I got signed various agreements and then I be to invest. Dozens of companies are lining up to invest in Anambra. Now, to your other second question about ease of doing business. Ease of doing business na on a touch on kede to where them fair ebia no bodo ime investment okay ebia tinye akụ na ụba ma iwere ego ebia tinye no bodo kede tu ga-esi wepụtakwa ya ga-enwekwa uru dị ya no and so on kedu ife gọọmenti na-eme ka ọ dịla onye na-abịa itinye ego ya ebe a ka ọ dị mfe ime no achọrọ m ịkọwa na the federal government na-eme survey every year and then keep as of a publish or Tebaraka publish the result. Ego say now out of the 36 states, the top 6, the first 6, the first, second, third to sixth, now out of the 36 states, but no Ugu Kafade, no northern Nigeria Kafade. Anambra number 7. Mana it is important to out of the 17 states in southern Nigeria, now Anambra was number 1. Anambra was number 1 in terms of ease of doing business. Today, Onyana Choi transferred the title, I got a land, the CEO of O, it used to take months and years to do. Now, I now computerize our land registry. You can now get that in a few days. You get your title transferred and get your CFO done. Our security situation has gone down from extreme to where we are today. People are moving around, even today, every Monday. About can lodge that, pastors necessarily from all over the state. And Anambra is calm. In Nanya about the other bits, about even the ease with which you get land, a big business. We are now very intentional about it. I now acquire land, to our land bank. So ibia obo ni jiraka ijegotane from the Nwenu. Ibia put government, I big the investment, and so on and so forth. The activities I line up, we make sure now one-stop shop. Anambra State Investment Promotion and Protection Agency. Nkaine change Zikita to enlarge it to become the Anambra Development and Investment Corporation. Will give you everything you need. One-stop shop and you get going. And more as the chief servant in the state, I've also said that I'm going to be the chief marketing officer for anything and everything produced in Anambra. Once in our produce in Anambra, I will be your chief marketing officer. And we're already doing that. That's why I would drive in Austin. Well, shoe, no bunike, golu shoe. Ibadana, bagolo, Nabia State, Gotakwa. But we want to get even textile companies in Anambra. And this will be the place to be. Thank you very much. And so, but it's not just come one, come all. The world will be in Anambra on Thursday. The international community will be there, from World Bank to United Nations to captains of industry to financial institutions and so on and so forth. They will be there, like I said. Ọ bụrụ just ebi akọ akụkọ. If I na-abịa that day bụ nke ị na-ekwu ị na-agwa anyị nke ị ga-emenwu. Maka na Anambra is not just going to be one large construction site in terms of infrastructure development. It's also going to become one large construction site in terms of building investment constructions going on around the state.
Anambra is ready for business.
That's it.
Come Thursday, 7th September, the whole world, in fact, would be coming to Anambra. The rainmakers, basically. Okay, Monique, do you have anything to add?
Mr. Governor, sir.
Thank you.
Fuel subsidy. So fuel subsidy palliative. Governor, sir. When we made an announcement, when palliative government in our Anambra. So I can say,
Oh, no, thank you very much. As they can, yes, Emana ewepulu subsidy in a petrol, or where they can even there's obago. Prices, even the church, mankeni, and so on, even fear where they nobody. And federal government announced to go if ever get mega and so on. Federal government also indicated Nafaganyam states a loan. Let me be clear, a loan of 5 billion. Nafaganya each state a loan of 5 billion. From our federal government, which got 52% of the loan, and the states will pay back 48%. So far, they have given us 2 billion. But we have announced a total package of palliatives, currently 20 billion already. We're buying the rice, and I understand I got the message this morning. Imanake announced Rania say each state go rice given them mad. Price of rice, mandina mezi rice. Onyo wana fozu zanam odaubo. So eba on a queue. We've just been assured that by the end of this month, that the rice got them ready. Get put here by the end of the month. However, I must say now, kaine nanya ifa igeme kai benata mfia ifiaro ifisike na ebende baino. Aina lanya ife niile bi na Anambra. Wherefore na ife nya petrol o metutala onye obuna. Ma the vulcanizer, ma the hawker, ma onye na ele afia mkpụrụ osisi nwaanyị kpọbala afia table. Nwaanyị bụ ife n'isi wee na ele and so on. O metutala onye obuna ọ bụrụ sọ ndị ọlụ oyibo. And metakwa ndị nwere ọlụ. So kai design la on palliative etufasi akpọzi kita no ife ji eme ka nwe onye ọ na-afụ ụfụ ka etetụ ya mmanụ n'arụ. Anyị melie at least ka o zuo ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ ọ bụrụ na onye ọbụla ka ọ ga-abụ mana at least ka o zuo ọtụtụ. And so I categorize ya n'ụdị dị iche iche. Ịma pati nọ na ya pati kpọtara anyị ebe a with the All Progressives Grand Alliance APGA. And anyị nwaba APGA bụ onye agha na nwanne ya. All party ndị ogbenye na ndị the common man. Party na-enelu obodo anya fụ na onwere onye arapụrụ behind, leaving no one behind. And so our palliative, the very comprehensive. Onwere ndị gwa m na onye nwa the most comprehensive enwe na Nigeria na onwere ndị ọzọ nwere that kind of set of palliative touchly every sector. Nke izizi Nyao palliative, aikwu na ogbasalo, ife gbasalo ugwo ndị na-alụ ọlụ na pensioners. And since January this year, anyị nwe bugoli ụzọ before ewepụ ego na petrol. Fụ na ego ụgwọ ndị ọlụ na enidele ịkpatụ ya nwa aka, wee tinye 10% increase na salaries of workers from January this year. Anyị nọ n'ime nke a na-ewepụ ego petrol. I say in addition to that, in addition to the 10% increase, from this month, September, well lower, December, for the 4 months to the end of the year. Now each month, now I get tinyalo ndiolo additional, just a flat sum of 12,000 each. So akwụ ụgwọ ọnwa September, another akwụsị ya. The next day or two, for 12,000. So minimum wage 30,000, we'll get 42,000. That's just then tinyezelo. But if I 12,000 I brought Sunday ndị ọrụ oyibo pensioners ndị retire go nọ dị na befa ọnụ amakwa na anyị ebidogo na-akwụ ndị pensioners their gratuity maka na oge anyị bata for 4 years from 2018 till anyị bata 2022 eji ndị pensioners their gratuity mana ndị na civil service ma ndị na local government. And we have begun to pay that back to them. Clear. Now, we have I got continue now. But 12,000 I get the pensioners. So if we continue law located and pensioners, you're talking about approximately 59,000 persons that will receive this 12,000 for 4 months of the year. And like I said, leaving another pensioners behind and several others. Now, I badatakwa when anya ife mfiaruga na batandem, of course, eku maka rice. Rice I na for ebute hundreds of thousands of this, and we're going to be distribute here now ward level. Ward. Onye ọbụla nwere onye ọbụla na-belong to a ward at the 326 wards. So, and I first said, I can never join and me organize. And I set up committees in each ward. So, when they put in at the ward, about 100, below 200, below 300, below 400, below whatever, the number of bags, but below 1,000 or whatever. Bana a ward, or batana the ward, a can to make sure no obalu nifa bali no munna. Onya sora no munna, sora na ward, a man or sora na man obra onya Anambra. So I get bedike kwanka at the end of this month when this whole rice. So we got some bags, even federal government no wafa. But I think about 3,000 thereabout. We're expecting a few more. In lieu of the money fana kwadom inyai. Then a badatato even taxes. I exemptions. Because like I said, our party Apuga, and we care a lot for especially the downtrodden, the poor people. The hardship that they face, we empathize and sympathize. They are now vulcanizers. That's why we said nobody should collect anything. Nobody should harass these people, try to collect these things. I understand all manner of people, Nigeria mafia, Nigeria bende na kwabaro, na Okada, ndi Okada. We exempt ndi Okada from any fees or tax or anything. Ndi nebu afia nisi, hawkers, ndi na akpọba afia table. Onye ọbụla na-akpọba afia capital at less than 100,000. No, leave them. Ndị na-akwa barrel, vulcanizers, all these petty people who are struggling each day to make a living. We should not be harassing them with revenue. Yes, government need Lego. Because na na-alụ ụzọ ma na aga alụ nka na aga eme nka na aga eme nka ọ aga akwụ ndị ọrụ ụgwọ kwụọ ndị nkụzi ụgwọ mee nka ego ka ga-eji ejiri mmiri were emie. But only certain people that we must also give certain concessions to. So ndị nke ọzọ dịka ndị na-anya keke, buses, and all these transport things will remove 20% from ifefa na-akwụ. So ndị keke na-akwụ bụ 10,000, they now pay 8,000. And so on and so forth. I say to her, cascade layer, Nabada. Then go to other spheres like Umuwai Dime, they can now get free antenatal services. now, primary health centers and general hospitals, and Chukwuma free of charge. Now these hospitals, it's costing quite a bit because we have been getting the bills. People are surging. We're not asking people now. Everybody came on one. They've so na mukwa oka gazu. As na Anambra na free antenatal na free delivery. Just na Anambra na buyaka kokoko and so on. Now we have quite a long list of if I am kwakonova if I well special fund for cooperatives. Special fund for cooperatives. We're organizing at the ward level too, especially in their on when they are not after table. Again, if on a capital euro 5,000 naira, for a capital euro 3,000 naira. Or just got a vegetable eba, or be eba, or just got a tomato eba, or just eba, and so on and so forth. The name of Oga, we never at 10,000, 20,000, Kotinyanifa, or Juala Azwafia. You make a fundamental difference to their lives. We will have, about 1.5 billion or so. I get distribute across the entire wards, non-Anambra, to reach those kind of the poorest of the poor, to help them with their businesses. And of course, we just recently distributed, so far since I came, we are continuing with this palm and coconut revolution. And we've distributed 1.1 million seedlings so far. And next year, we're going to be distributing at least 1 million. The upper year, at least 1 million. We'll keep distributing 1 million each year. Our target is to create what I might call between 500,000 to 1 million millionaires over a period of time. And that is that any poor household with 10 of those seedlings we're not trying to be produce in the next 3-4 years. We'll be making over millions in a year from the harvest. And that is our own sustainable poverty reduction. Okay, don't you kule ofonye sino elo mmado. I na-alụ mmadụ in a sustainable way. Ịlụ mmadụ abụrụ ikpọlụ ndị mmadụ denye afafa. Ije nata ndị na keke ego inyefa for doing nothing. Abụrụ ya bụ ịlụ mmadụ. Osi na inyere appointment. No. We'll give you something to teach you how to fish for life. So you don't have to be dependent on anything. Even a teacher, well, those 10 seedlings, that side income will be giving the teacher more than 1 million a year. Or below a vulcanizer will be getting more than 1 million a year side income. Or below petit trader, a hawker, we'll be making millions. And then Anambra will be green. Will help the environment. And then new industries will begin to emerge, get processed with those products, and so on and so forth. We have quite an agenda. And of course, we are still pushing on ease of doing business to get investors to come to Anambra, to create jobs. Like I said, and we are doing now, we're at 340 kilometers. Before we had a meeting 2 days ago and so on, and awarded at close to another 30 kilometers. And I'm sure before the end of this year, we will have a minimum of 400 kilometers of roads being constructed simultaneously in all the local governments of the state. All these things make cost of doing business to go down easier. Isi ebe a ịgbafe ebe a onwere onye na-agwa m ya jelo Ugbeenu or so yesterday that used to take them hours towards about family. It used to take them hours. He was telling this story this morning, the pastor who worshipped with us this morning. And then it took him less than 20 minutes. So Abu no nwe farm ebe instead of 2 hours, moti ya na kulisi n'ụzọ na-eme ife. 20 minutes on another bus in a farm and back to the city, or even over time, people might choose to live there and commute 20 minutes to the city to go to work, and so on. So Anambra, generally, the package of the palliatives, the intention, like our manifesto says, leave no one behind. I think the copy of that set of palliatives, as some people have said, are the very, very comprehensive. And we're also ready to key into federal government's own program. When they roll out their own, whether it is in terms of buses that they will be buying, they said they're buying 3,000 buses, we will purchase some of them for our own internal transportation to ease the cost of transportation. Transportation for public workers, we're repairing their buses so as to ease transportation for civil servants, and so on and so forth. It's a very comprehensive document, and I've been getting commendations from all over the country telling me that this is the most comprehensive response that anybody has seen, and even the labor unions here, NLC, TUC, and so on, have also written me a letter to commend us for this very comprehensive response to the plight of the people.
Mr. Governor, ọ dịkwa ka iji ofu okwute wee tụgbuo ofu nke ịzara ikpokọrọgo ibe ị na-ajụ Tony, ngwa ka anyị mara ma onwe gị.
Mr. Governor, I say I kene gị na nkọwa anyị na-enye. I'm interested in security. Maka ebe ọ ga-ebido n'izizi they mention security. Ka chiri na asị na ọ dị ka iji ofu okwute na-atụgbu nnụnụ niile. Mana ga na-achị na security. Ọnwa oge Anambra State but the most secured state anywhere in the country. And done not like that for many years. I got under the same ABGA, not like for many years. But at the time, I look at as the insecurity in the whole country. Using my insurgency, my kidnappers moving in. And you can take our own share, according to the whole country. Hello, team. There was a time in our valley, in a from community to community. And where they put the traditional rulers, the PGs, the industrialists and the stakeholders. When security in Anambra State, you were preaching, moving around, in spite of even in Morgan. But something just happened recently. People don't move around because of problems. Manabia noticed that just recently, it's like security has come back to Anambra State. People can now move freely, apart from some pockets of where that you can't write those things off. Now, if I address the the Anambra, the AVG in the Anambra State, both the police, my community vigilante, it's like everybody now, way to go up, and now things may move off. So now the idea is this. I can go dig for that. I'm around the magic. But I need to put the sustainability of this situation. I know if I enjoy. Because that did not a kind of a flash in the pan. So to I can be one then also when they I am more security, I'm more evolved. But interested in the mode of dressing home wine. Obuni Eurobra, ebolo their victim. Obuni Eurobra, ebolo their victim. So I am more rebel was actually. Well, we are part of it. So we're very grateful that you're here. So, in Cabo security, we'll still talk about a lot of things later.
Thank you very much. Can be done and keep Basil. Nke ikulu onye nọgide si ya na-eje nyocha ma nwaanyị oyi nke a ma o yiri nke a ya kwuo ife na-agụ ya na ya kwu na Yes, no, 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 security. Nwere onye dunye efa nke a. Nwere onye dunye kwuru mmadụ ga-edunye mmadụ dị ya. And onye jide na-eme ya no, jide ya ọsa ike ya ka ya send ya. Ka na isi adịrị ya mma. Ịghọtago?
Yes.
Mgbe ya ejejeghị ife a ihe jebụrụ ijeme exam in nwanyị ma well, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And if there's such a thing happens, we're going to. 2 days ago, somebody was telling me that. And said, so if I just send there, if I'm not the farm, I know I'm not going to work. So I send there cover if when you jide there, we should not only, we'll take the person to village here. Onye jide na emi ekpulu onye a kpujelu ya na village eje jụọ ndị village ya ma ọ etu a ka onwe nke kopun emesizi anyị wee je kpọchie ya mana ya akpụnalụgodi village ya onye ọbụla ejide n'ọdịa. Now come to the issue of security. You summarize here. Yes, mgbe enwelu the usual kind of criminals, on the pickpockets, armed robbers, this and that. Of course, they were decisively dealt with in Anambra by the same APGA government. And Anambra was reputed as the most secure state around. But after a while, something happened. This whole thing of our own unknown gunmen, Mandani for the name agitation, whereby ni mafia, Jebili, form of army, believe na camps, Bula Alonse, Baeba, Bula Odeshi, Mandiotia, Potasia, Fapota Bulu Mother, Bulu Bani Mafia, Emeranka, Bepu Misi Manka, because Alonse Fana no balance. And so on. So it was a most uncommon or borrowed common criminality and Afubumbo, where better and took over about 8 local governments. 7 local governments in the south plus Obaru were totally taken over by these hoodlums. Way before I came to office. And because even when I was campaigning, we could not campaign freely in the entire South senatorial zone. Nobody but rally I met us rally in Ihiala, I met a election. Even the election Ihiala, Emeria did the ML election, Emeria also. But I just we not, we town no where. The police na army none at the rally ground or Kalele, Ndebia rally. But Ejala Aguata, Ebu from a club around about Stadium Malay. So this was where we were. Where better. These people took over. They were like, "Boss, I Ichupofano po, Ebefano no po." Abala for about 4.5 hours. So about the kind of criminality or think on a mene ezo ke rap ijide. Nda ga apota yiri fa say ngwa. Barefaced, but above Anambra and the light, I am about the light of the nation, and light and darkness are done. We declare the state of emergency on that, and I must thank the Anambra for their cooperation. We say you see something, you say something. A lot of people were giving us information. Our AVG, we got to set up almost our strike force afresh. Completely brand new strike force. So what emerged required different kind of approach and a ferocious one at that. And the joint teams of the police, the army, the navy, the DSS, the civil defense, and their tactical teams. Also, I must commend them, are very focused and determined. And because all those wars and what they call FOBs, amount to say, Mekulobia no po, Ebomuns nuli, Ajegog no Sumohu a few times, and so on, dealing with them. All I can say, Bonam, I'm sure most citizens in Anambra can testify na tata konyama. Tata konyama. Where people couldn't even walk around. I understand even some clergy, Nosinebe South, Bulu Motofa, Bugasia somewhere either in Central or some other places. Jedova. Ona Bagalizio Yipu Kola Virgil Evolu clergy. Really short, Walo Kuna Bagana Banya Keke, Kamaluma Agade safe. Today, people are moving about freely. There is no crime-free society, but we are determined. We are determined, and just to answer your question about sustainability, We cannot create a livable and prosperous homeland where marauders control the land. We're taking back our state, and we're taking it forcefully. The Indiana go alons, Miro Brandon, and then the Bugali alonse, Ebenina. Anambra is a Christian state, and we keep that. This is light and day, man. So we're taking back our state, and we will put in we're just our introduction kind of. So issue of sustainability abroad is no if and but. We have zero tolerance for that, and we will maintain zero tolerance. We're now going to be strengthening the community vigilante to take charge of their own and strengthen the local government vigilante. And of course, the state strike force not there. Now with the police and the army and the navy, the DSS, all of us working together, and I think the police is quite determined now as well. The new CP has launched various initiatives as well, just to continue from where his predecessor left off. The army is quite, they're all navy, they're all, top-notch. Everybody is determined that we must stamp out this criminality. The other bit that we're getting to, we've been dealing with that, but we're now going to pass a law and deal very ruthlessly with them. The touts. Touting is the one we are determined to root out na Anambra. Ndị abụrụ ndị Anambra, and we've discovered the majority, even if a touting abụrụ ndị Anambra. Famu ebe fasi. I don't want to begin to mention if ijide 100 of them, if 99 is your fuebe. Onye nke kwado bie, osike oje Anambra to go and hustle. Ojelo oje gote mma, je gote egbe, na akpagali. So, ona akwụghali ebe niile, achọghali onye ọ ga-analụ akpa, onye ọ ga-analụ ife, onye hustling na Anambra. Yes, Anambra is a we are more prosperous than many other states.
Yep.
Okay? Mana hage well as the prosperous. The buy na bambo. The buy nwele ife. Or gabuzi a cost. No. You go and walk. Na Anambra, the I kwenye na aka aja na ebuto ọnụ mmanụ. Or if I kwenye na Anambra, we work hard in Anambra. Hard work is our value. Ọ bụrụ ije nalụ mmadụ nke ya n'ike, maka na asị onye nwe nna o nwere ozi uchu ana. So ndị agboro, ọ bụrụ na ị nwere ife ị ga-alụ, bịa ka anyị train anyị nye gị training. Enyesi ya train achọ ife ị ga-alụ, mana isi na ije nalụ mmadụ nke ya n'ike. Anyị na-abịa, anyị gafe change gear. I gafe change gear very seriously with ndị agboro. Na anwụdeghị ka ị na-eme ife mere gị akọkwa na mmadụ. Because we got oh, the we call better nke mere just telling them ọ bụrụ na ị na-alụ agboro na Anambra ga-achọ ife ọzọ ị ga-alụ. Ije jide egbe nata mmadụ wele mma onye ga-asụ nka anyị jide gị ọgba egbe na ana na egbe ogbu mma na ana na mma. Onwe nụrụ onye lụrụ gedele ife agboro sụba mma ma ọ gbaba egbe that grew to old age. Fana anwụ n'ike. Fana anwụ n'ike. So we are determined to get that, and we are putting together a strategy. The law will hopefully be passed as soon as the House but are back from break, and we are going to deal very ruthlessly. Very ruthlessly. Onye malo na alụ agboro. Where either no cheyale ma je chọ state ọzọ. Either no cheyale ma je chọ state ọzọ. Anambra will have zero tolerance for criminality. And we're determined to sustain this.
A follow-up to that?
Follow-up, sure. If all be a woman, Mr. Governor, even a very tall dream for Anambra State. And people now appreciate that. That's what I'll get better. People, they're happy. You understand? He lay out some of the plans. But somewhere along the line, I'm would even matter their name, or they can when I be 18 spanner the wheel of progress. Now in the Kumakabu, on with about time, on when they are formed, what they call Atmakafanaza or something, in Anambra State. Even where a very good intention, away from my, at least if Basalo, it decongest traffic, Mandela Park wrongly, and all these sort of things. My name is going to ask 12 apostles, and only one Judas. If the Anambra knows the Keta Havana Avoketa is that they now see those people as terrorists. If I want to alone a radio, I am a complaint sign there with them, always.
I think you have made the point. So
Yeah, let me respond to it.
Okay.
So your point, I got to go me be in and if in a and more than I want to put those complaints. And then what here I get very sad because that's enough for Bolaka Lotamano. And when one bad incident, especially in this day and age, social media.
Yeah.
And when one abuse, it is that abuse that gets attention. Not na Nafakulu na Akwatama na Oka Road no Onisha, control or traffic, or go freely. Nobody gets commendation for that. More na Potalebe that used to take us 3 hours to pass. Kitas, it takes less than 30 minutes. Nobody will talk about that. No, that one that actually misbehaves. And for us, I must tell you, very zero tolerance for that.
Thank you.
We are rejigging. I met with the Onyisi Atma. Even though, no, Fantaina Busaratma, we are now trying to reorganize all those enforcement teams. They clear, they marked. Onye jide imana onye abu onye atma, ma onye the revenue. Maka fancha inewezi na fancha bunde no revenue kafanachu, which is quite unfortunate. The design of all of this was law and order. Atma was law and order. If I onye agbalo si eba, instead of isi eba, often and the other on a queue, onya puta motie, je gbawa ebe the other side kwesịrị isi wega. Because nande on a queue, the stupid, for the foolish. Obalo je block on this the other side, everybody are close here. And off here about 6 hours.
You're right.
It is this kind of lawlessness that we must stop. Some places you need to mark them for one way. So that, because farmer bungu traffic, onya sieba. But I will tell you part of what we have agreed to do. For me, we're going to persist on this law and order path, continuing to modify the lawyer. Even I say to teams, we're going to monitor that enforcement. Yeah, we have to. We're designing that now, and we're going to. There will be plain clothes. There will be. You won't even know them. On Yalomoti, Egakwa if I buy one way, where Malome near bribe. Inaya bribe, or necessary in the general Inaya bribe, is here by Akanaba Gologo Fuaka. We are going to embark on that because we want the people non here to be of highest moral standards. After this, our summit on Thursday, by next week, you will see quite a series of actions. They're going to go for retraining, training, and retraining. Their code of conduct will be known to the public. And you must have the right. Isi a photo, sete manombia. Onye kworo ka isi a photo man on diori. He gets the more photo sete nombia ma if I send there. Or say you cannot pay cash. Onye ona say you cash. Man on yori. And the number again you give the number na where I get your number with the public. Everybody among the number. You got anything. Then even what is paid, and let me tell you that this is even a tumulaka, because like I said, our party, and not just our party, by my own personal disposition, not unnecessarily. It's not what government is about. That's not what we're about. We're here to make sure the reason EGI control traffic or them fair, that people happy they stock in one place for hours unnecessarily. Okay? Now, mainly this is to it or only Jide na Iva, boy make it I follow to station. Otherwise, in 10,000 what is a rapid jet station. We hear those complaints. I hear them. And we are determined to read the first and foremost by sooner or later I will discuss this with Onye Atma. Fine Sana Anna control Eva by between today when I have a meeting with him to this evening, going to take a decision on that. For now, until Naiga mark say all the roads, not just traffic signs, but we are going to mark the roads. Because motor.
Yes.
But it was here not the ban traffic. I mean, the mother because what was the other cars against who gaffer. Okay, where bag I be a mark, a mark red by the side. Oh, where bubble red, where bubble double yellow. You can stop, but you can park. Where bank you can stop. Before you now park, oh, Madam has a phone. Mother born ya park as a phone. But Obrono, Nequanya phone, a park. Ne Coserana motor here. Na traffic. Mother 1,000 cars are Pusiozubo. Ne check is a phone. Before Van Joke Befaneja. So we are going to mark all the streets, all the places, and even this arrow negotiate the direction in Aga forward. Koga able fair the other side, able one way. If we are now the arrow ne face, where man knows and for now and until I mark say all those things, which we are going to do. We're going to declare a state of emergency to mark all these places in the traffic in Adeva within the next 3 months. Within the next 3 months, until I mark a CFA signs, no stopping, no this and that, we're reducing, I'm saying to them, no person, no offender or so from tomorrow should be charged more than 5,000. I understand that they're charging 30,000, 50,000, and so on and so forth. I'm pegging it at 5,000 for now. Okay? And bring it to 5,000, no more than that, until Amaka see all this, so that onye violate easily again. A man up bachalanya nina. O ma se ne afore ya. A man up bachalanya. Then, so always a familiar will suffer the consequence. Now, Lagos, EJ Lagos, I say the fear of last month, but the beginning of with Lagos, when you go one way, you have to go for psychiatric exam first. You just say psychiatric if I were just 50,000 or whatever there. I hear Lubereba, mana, as in Fana, I get bugodos or markers here everywhere. EJ Obodoibo, EJ London. If I got for your mark street, a baby red. It para about motor camera today. I find one of the time to talk to you. Now the bill will come. And the equal for not double. Or double their belly if I be book in the bay. The man ain't no only in a jideba on one address. So all I want to say to you, Bona, this is an issue we are determined to deal with.
Yeah.
But it will take a little while. Onoga mana alo abaga for bolo menane. The by other respect anything other. Fa gotaroku na ekwesịrị inwe order. You got to go?
Yep.
Ịpụta traffic dị ndị ọzọ kwụ na line. Wele na ndị a niile kwụ na line bụ ndị ala. Ikwukapụ. Ka ije gbaa the other side. Ịgbara the other side a block ndị nke si n'iru wele abịa. Onye ọbụla eme gịnị? Akwụsa.
Ichekwa oke advice onye ọkpọba gị.
Ihe isi anya bịa ịgbara ọchịagha waka nya ọgụ nwa kwụ na line bụ onye dị stupid.
Yeah, it's true.
Ijide ya ejide na kedu ife ndị a na-enye mmadụ ataghalị mmadụ afụfụ ma mara sinsi ụtụtụ nwebere ife ịgbata sinsi ụtụtụ ma ga-ejebe ije kwụsị ndị ọbụla niile ịgbazi ebe. So if I got require the public, and I must tell you, there is nowhere in the world enforcing traffic violation bụ a tea party. Onwere ebe ọ bụ a tea party. Even onye camera jide number, jide the exact second and minute of violate le onane ha ago. Mana eji ma number gị ma ife gị ma ebe ịgbalị ya ma the coordinate ya dị ebe agba. Exactly. Onane ha sị kedu oge ya even oje court ebe amali ona ọsọ na ọbụrụ ya nwa na ife ndị a kịta ewepụtago technology a ga-ewepụta ya zoom pụta because obodo oyibo anyị na-achọ ịdị kafa ịma abanye na moto gonwa nọrọ na the insurance ịnya the moto bụ ịnọkọta isi ibulu moto papa gị afa gị adịrọ na the insurance ejide gị aka na aba agọlọgị ofu aka ị ga-enwe insurance ịnya that particular vehicle.
Thank you very much.
For you to do that. So I ga-ajabe nwayọọ because ịbụ Dubai, Taiwan ma ọ dị ka ebe obodo a livable place. Ịdị livable mean na anyị ga na-eme obey law and order.
We'll come to that.
Mana ọ ga-adị nwayọọ. Onye ọbụla so kụziwela onye ọbụla.
Yeah, it's true.
Thank you.
Because ndị Anambra biko nwere na ndidi afụ na ụlọ akpọbagoli ka gọvanọ metụsị ụmụ ife aka ọ ga-abụ ụlọ na-ajụ ajụjụ ka ụlọ fo ife ụlọ ga-ajụ. Mana Mr. Gọvanọ ebe anyị nọ na sekuriti Joy ama m na ọ dị chelu ebe anyị nọ sekuriti ka ife nwere ike ikwu maka sit at home Monday aside Simon Ekpa.
Sit at home. Nke sit at home agwụgo onye nwatakịrị chọrọ ịgbapụ ọsọ na sị na nne ya ukwu lọrọ ya anya onwe na ọka ya si pụta o nwere etu o si lọọ ya anya ọ lọrọ ya n'ọnya ka ya ji wee na ịma na otege ọ na-achọ ịna onye sị na ya nọ na-eme sit at home today maka na Simon Ekpa sị ya ma ọ na onye asị ya bụ aghụghọ ọ chọrọ ije ọlụ alụ agbago afọ na-achọ ịbụ omenanị mana fama akwa na ikwu inyụrụ arụ sị ụmụnne ya kweweli ya egwu asị ya tụfịa ada ekwere ife ọjọọ egwu good so ife na-agwa ndị Anambra bụ na onye si na ya na-eme sit at home ụfọdụ sef ajọs ụfọdụ ndị ọlụ oyibo wele na Monde bụ ụbọchị ya jizi ezu ike ụfọdụ ndị afịa na-ewezi ụbọchị Monde so a ga-azụrụzi luo Saturday luo Sundays Monday ezu ike mana tụfịa anyị jụrụ ajụ agafe ebido akwụkwọ and school niile ga-ebido akwụkwọ ndị ọlụ oyibo anyị agwago m the head of service I ga take attendance every Monday at the end of the month we're going to pay pro rata ịchọ ịhapụ at the end of the month, I work with those 4 days from your salary. I work the rest. So, when on your senior there, Jen can and can ask and sit at a man out there. Anambra is calm. Anambra is peaceful. Oka here, question everywhere, the shops, everywhere is open and banks are open. Everybody is going about their business. So, onye sị na ya da-eje nke ife nke a bụ nyanwa ji aka ya tinye ya etu a. Sit at home is over. IPOB is saying sit at home agwụgo. I was saying sit at home doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Ọkammụta Governor Salima Mgbafọ.
Yeah, with the original.
Ana m ege nnọọ ife niile na-akọwa ọ na-ama m si akpata oyi. Anyị si gị daalụ. Ị na-eme ọfụma. Ọ gị nwasịrị ịchọrọ ịchị Anambra wee nye gị.
I applied.
You applied. Ị na-alụ ya bụ ọrụ. Anyị chọrọ ka anyị na-eke n'anya maka okporo ụzọ. Na a na-ekwu na ego adịrọ na federal gọọmenti adịghị eweta ego. Iwe na-ebulikọ ụzọ niile. N'obere oge anụ afọ na ịnọgo. Ama m na m enwego 345 kilometers of road ilugo. A na-ekwukwa na ego adịrọ. Amarọ m ebe ya bụ ego si abịa. Mana anyị na-ekene gị otu ọbụla isi na-amachapụta aka wee na-eme ya bụ ife na-anwa. Anyị wee sị kedu ka isi na-akwadokwanụ na mebi arụ abụọ na-abịa n'ọrụ gị a ka ị ga-esi wee mee ka anyị malụ na ife a na fa arụ amalụ katakwa nkwụsị. Ana anyị amarọ ma ihe okwu dịka ọkammụta ebo na ịma na ị na-eme ebe ị na-eme ebe ma ihe dịka ịrụrụ anyị ụzọ ma ụzọ mmiri ebe enwezi mmiri arụsị afọ ụzọ ọga ọfụma ma rel anyị na-atụ anya anyị ma na South East a nwere mgbe a na-agba train anyị amara ọfụma onwe ife ị na-akwadobere anyị ife ụzọ na ife a na-eme wee na-adaba.
Thank you very much. Nke izizi bụ na before mbata oge na-eme campaign we acknowledge na enwelụ a road crisis na Anambra. Yes, we also said that oge anyị na-eme campaign anyị gwa ndị Anambra my predecessor onye nnọchili paid a lot of and rightly so, it did well, very well. I think he mobilized quite a lot of resources, focused on the airport, the international conference center, and so on. And so I think altogether what they reported was that they completed about 80.5 kilometers of road during his tenure. And that on the road side created a road crisis, in the aspect of our roads. And I acknowledge that again in the campaign, because that was a major criticism. Everybody was saying road. And I told in the Anambra, there's a road crisis. And when I come in, I will declare a state of emergency on roads. And that's precisely what I did. When I came, I declared this state of emergency simultaneously in all the 21 local governments. But the truth of the matter, given the decay in our road infrastructure, it will look at Anambra one local government or Mwezu. We fix the roads in one local government. Because in every community, it needs so much. But we are very strategic in selecting the ones with magnificent impact, connecting especially places that have been totally neglected since, if you like, the creation of mankind, as it were. Amara maybe na egosifa nke mara maybe nke bunka. Manam igafa afuna ebe ndị afụ bero ilombo. Oka north to about family, and we have an agenda to stretch another 5 kilometers to the river and even do a bridge across to Ayamelum, and so on. Or then from Amansi to Ndukwenu to Awa to Ufuma Junction. Or the Zira Umuoma to Enugu Umonya down to Achina. Ko nkesi sifu no fija wa baba to Obunkafa. Then cause Anam to Nzam. Nzam is the only local government headquarters that I know in the country that is not accessible by road. It's the only local government headquarters in the country that I know that you can't drive to their headquarters. And so the local government headquarters was just a desolate place overgrown by bush and so on. But now we're hopeful that by December we should be able to drive to Nzam. by road. Ibadam Opoko. Opoko was a desolate, biggest slum in the southeast. You know, one of our core 15 kilometers there with street lighting. And we're going to have pipe-borne water there with general hospital. You know, figures completely down and, oh gosh. You know, major highways there is that Niger Street. I revoked the contract of the contractor, and who now they have prepared an undertaking. They will be addressing you guys, the media, very soon, to give an undertaking. Nafaga Alosia by December. Or Nafaga Alosia and say, okay. So no mabole na no see to anyway. So from the Anambra, that 345 kilometers, we are awarding more. Like I said, before the end of this year, would have hit about 400 kilometers. We are touching everywhere, everywhere. Very strategic. Atani to Ozobolo. That's the road that connects Obaru and Ekusigo. That's the major gateway in the Obaru, the Sinapo, other than, you know, the only thing to Onisha, so to speak. The height of that road, Kalimogo. Yes, piling, if I na pile, and so on. Then we are being ravaged by erosion. Owerri, Onisha Owerri Road is federal highway. But go there around near Rogeni, it's almost washed off Noba. Ebadakwa Eba Ozobolo, it's almost washed off. As at our last exco, we're close to 2 billion along that road. I'm spending over 20 billion on federal roads in Anambra as we speak. Because no on the Anambra na Abweba. All federal government, I say nafana abia, afongwele ego, nafana abia, aina abia, ndi mara na kita, in case in Nobi, Obrona no eba kita, I would have been on an inspection to those erosion sites. I would have gone to Nobi, Nobi to Mpo, Nobi Dane, Umoji, Mpo Road. There's a major gully. That road is almost cut off. So, erosion, but number one, Anambra, the number one gully erosion capital of the world. Isi eba na-eme asị nke ebe adago, isi ebe agbalogawa, ike ebe adago. And ego a na-enyi na ife erosion, ha bụrụ ife ndị mmadụ na-afụ anya. Ha bụrụ ya, iwere ego ị ga-eji lụọ give communities roads, where na-efix nke federal, na-efix nke state. But for me, no excuses, no complaints. I applied for this job. I know the challenges where may apply. But coming to how we are managing, if you must also know, it's important to emphasize that when I came, the State House of Assembly approved for me to borrow 100 billion last year, about July last year. The family approved for me to borrow 100 billion to tackle infrastructure and other things. But as of now, I have not borrowed one kobo of that. We have not. We have not borrowed one penny out of that 100 billion that they approved last year. And they tell me it's unprecedented in the history of Nigeria, where when your assembly would authorize you to borrow, and banks have been offering, please take. But I've said, no, I'm not going to borrow. I'm not going to borrow on two conditions. First of all, the cost of that fund is very high. Number two, I'm not going to borrow. I'm almost focusing to say I will only borrow to finance projects that have capacity to pay back that loan. It's called project finance. That's where I am zeroing on, not just borrow for because banks are eager to lend to you and so on and so forth. Yes, you can easily borrow. It's easy to. But I'm focused. If I know nothing else, I should know a little thing about finance. I know a little about that. So, and it has also required that we are squeezing ourselves very tightly. We've squeezed consumption, squeezed everything. As we've kept saying, like when I arrived here, the cost of cleaning offices, government offices, was 137 million. Contracts to all manner of people, 5 million, 10 million, 15 million, 7 million. 137 million was what it was costing to clean offices. But we've squeezed that and squeezed that. Today, it costs 11 million. We are saving 126 million every month. 126 million every month. If you multiply it by 12, you'll be getting 1.5 something billion. So when we're asking how we're doing this, it's meant we're even to personal level, even to at a personal level. Oh yeah. I want to when they are 500, 700 million. But I'm just going to nothing when I can't buy. Even for my wife, we have not bought even a spoke of a bicycle. And I'm a first lady. Everywhere else, and I'm a full compliment for first lady. When I'm the least if I was illegal. My wife, I'm going to motor in your way. So I mean, Kabia, Anambra and Warego. So this is the way we have been more like Anyabona and people are asking me, how are you getting it? And besides also, value for money. The contracts I squeeze here, bargain to the minutest form of it. We are doing for the 300 and something kilometers of road. The amount I'm 150 kilometers of road.
Yeah,
but
the texture of it.
We are getting maximum value for money. And we'll continue this way. We will continue. Needs Karika, Rose Aga Alo Erika. But what I have said on the Anambra, and this they can take to the bank. I'm not going to flag off a road or award a contract if I'm not sure how I'm going to pay for it. I will not do the usual politics. The usual politics about only a flag alpha off road. If you say, now award to go contract for a road that yes, in the past it was considered good politics. Good politics about election name in our flag off road. When you say be a flag off road, be a flag off road, in our flag off road, with no intention. A flag off road 1,000 kilometers when you don't have money to do 100. No, I'm not going to do that. My word should be my bond. If I flag off a road, it is as good as done. And when I sign approved, it is cash.
Mr. Governor, because in if na call na bata nda facho eju ya ajụjụ mana biko man onye polu professor onya bịa n'okwu o wee bụrụ ụdị professor maka enwe professor ị ga-akwadobe so na-edeni onwe foreign governor na ekwube na-edeni na-edetuni ya maka when it's not written it doesn't
exist.
na-edetuni ya we'll take a break ka anyị ṅụchala mmiri lekwu obere afịa anyị chiyatara ana meta aka anyị akpọzie unu bịa n'igwe okwu.
No more sit-at-home.
No sit at home. Governor Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo. A bit Kugo Nam, the kind of Abelo. Nana Sato maybe go. No, do a go. No more sit at home. Arobodo a go. No more sit at home. No more sit at home. No more sit at home.
Anambra State, obodo ọma nke Nigeria. The
Anambra anyị echi adagokwana aka nga ayọkwa unu ka unu nwere anyị obere ndidi o meta aka na juba gọvanọ ajụjụ. So gọvanọ ị nọ na-ekwu maka squeezing, na value, addition, saving money from a lot of things, and ka ị na-ekwu ya street lighting program a gbata m n'obi maka ama na mgbe gara aga ọ bụgo sọsọ diesel a na-agba na generator wee tinye street lights anụnwa o buru aka iwe bata iwe change esisi jebezie na solar nke solar and ọ dị ka akọvasigo ebe niile nwere street lights with this solar system. Nsize ka njụa ọ bụrụ na aka akọvari ya maka ọnkwa ndị ọzọ na-atụ anya a na-akwado cover almost obodo niile with the street light nke solar anụnwa. Then apart from that, nwere other infrastructural developments a na-achọkwa iweta like mmiri na ife ndị ọzọ na Anambra.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Yes, street lighting project is ongoing. Our expectation, by next month, October, we would have finished replace all the diesel-powered solar lights with solar. Very eligible diesel will power. That street lighting project, diesel no less than 200 naira a liter. But there's another 850 and so on. So If we continued with that, we would have been spending way more than 1.2, 1.5 billion a month to pay for diesel. It's impossible. So we'll rechannel, rather than using that money to be powering, if I would rather use it to convert it to solar. That will be, will run for years without needing day-to-day maintenance. So we'll have its own maintenance operations, but not anymore. So, and our target, when we finish with the 25,000 by next month, for next year, we actually have a target shooting for about 10,000 new, and we want to continue maintain that kind of momentum now, because we are the light of the nation. We have to light up Anambra. The other infrastructural projects, the area of power, we have an agenda with EEDC. This investment summit, who have the right of way and everything done. We're reaching final discussions with them. Gas pipeline all the way, even to Oka here. As the case may be, that might begin to power some kind of embedded power plants. So electricity, investment there. Transport, water and rail. As the case may be, I didn't get to this previously, but that's part of the infrastructure project. In fact, part of the agreement I got signed on Thursday, after my Zoom meeting with them today or tomorrow, we will probably, it was a company that will produce the master plan, the feasibility study and master plan for rail transportation in Anambra. Okay? And then the one, Mahindra, that will then prepare the industrial master plan again for Anambra. We're acquiring already now about 4,000 hectares. We're shooting to make it up to 6,000, 7,000. About the new industrial city, a city with everything, with our industries. Yeah, there. AUU, Akwe Head, Unubi Oga, Automotive Industrial Park. That one we're trying to unlock Ifejienu. Then you have the Oboji Pharmaceutical Industrial Park as well. People are coming into this to unlock these areas in the coming months. That's part of Ifegemen at the investment summit. On water transportation, we're going to be, investing heavily on that, repairing the existing boats and buying new ones for our brothers and sisters who've been at the riverine, especially the ones that transport people in mass. Majifa na akota. I learned that prior to this period, Ndenzam and so on, Fakosiaji, Febule Nawela na Edo, because there's no way for them to transport it to the rest of the state. So we want to make it possible for them to be able to transport their yam to Onitsha. They will get better value for money, and so on. So, yes, we're also continue to work on the airport, because it's not yet completed. Quite several aspects of it that remain uncompleted. We're still working on that. We want Anambra to be and of course the Onitsha seaport is getting permission to be a port of final destination, so that ship, batalon, and so on, they can transship it and buy barges, to come to Onitsha. Anambra must be accessible by air, by land, and by sea. And that's what is going to make Anambra an international city. Accessible by air, by land, and by sea.
Air, land, and sea.
And Anambra is, Anambra is a hub. Anambra has boundary with the north via Kogi, boundary with the south via Edo, even to southwest through Edo. Has boundary with River State, it's boundary with Imo, with Abia, and with Enugu. It's a hub, and with a navigable river. There is nothing that we can make this place to become as the next axis of prosperity.
Anambra must be accessible by air, land and sea. Monique.
I have other questions, sir, but I don't know if we can still take more. Sir, Mr. Governor, sir, you recently launched this clean and green Anambra, that must be sustainable by collective efforts of everybody. You went to Ochanja and Environs recently. I don't know your impression about that visit.
Alome. Yeah, alumelo situation. Then, well, nyaba alo agbaga afọ na-achọ iwu omenani mana anyị si na tofia na ada ekwela ife ọjọọ egwu. No. Ebe ndị mmadụ mụtazịrị ị ga-ekpogide deti ọnọdụ fa nọdị n'akụkụ ya na-eli nri kpọkwasa afịa n'enu ya nọdị n'enu ya ị na-ene gọta iru ebe shọpụ mmadụ dị ị na-anya n'iru dị gọta oju stagnant water ikuku ọ na-ekulu very dirty and so on ya na ya nọdụ ebe a onye bute refuse o bulie ọpụta n'ilo ọwụsa ya and this is normal. So we're going back to the basics. Cleanliness, they say, is next to godliness. And if you don't have a clean environment, you cannot have a livable environment. And our goal, remember, both for Anambra to become a livable and prosperous homeland. To become livable, there are basics, foundation. If everybody na alone na beer, motetula, ikunie no na bed, they kunie and just walk away. You make your bed, you dress it back. Okay? So I'm on the organize, on your melifa. 2 years, but na bedroom, but na bed here to other. That's the first sign that shows you how organized on your. That's the first thing you do when you wake up, is to dress the bed. Those here. Hey, pota, onwale etu anade. Is that not the place? Why so as kids? Igaza uno, zambala, where's ama? Eh? Yes, igaza ama. Ama with the road from the boundary of your property to the next boundary. The other people will take it from that boundary to their own boundary. And before Oracle 7 in the morning, the entire community, all the roads are swept. Inside the compounds are all swept. As a child growing up, how dare you, how? Take years in school. Is that all no? Is that umbala? Is that all? Ikunia kwado Java school. How? They were taken as basics. Today, even adults will stay in very few. So, a clean, green, sustainable environment, but like I said, there is nothing else will happen if we don't have a clean environment. And we've gone to, when I assumed office, look at, you can see, so when I assumed office and I went to Ochanja, that Ochanja roundabout, the heap of refuse was as high as the traffic light, up to the peak of traffic light. And not even bicycle, not even the Joko could pass that Ochanja roundabout. I think the next week or so after I assumed office, I was there. You saw that they were piling up this. There's one heap where they went to evacuate and they even found their corpse. Nearly an hour would decaying there. So we've declared a state of emergency on this. It's not going to be done overnight. It will require huge attitudinal change on the part of the citizens. You see, because then we got generations that have grown up not knowing what it is to have a clean environment. So farmers is what it is like. So you can stay in a filthy, dirty place. They don't even notice it. I took walk around Main Market the other day. Well, around Main Market, they were doing cleaning up. I saw the chairman of the market, and I could see Bright Street, parts of Bright Street, very clean, and all of that, and so on. Good. But I get better more street. When I met the street adjoining to that, so also noise, because I went to noise waste. Blasting loudspeaker from shop, yeah. And when you know about for 10 years, they will have hearing problems because destroying their noise pollution everywhere. So we had to ban that, and we're stopping those. Onyemekweli again will close that shop. The well if I try to advert, on work a best in advert. It puts any labor nene got an in a. So it is an agenda that we're asking on the Anambra. Let's rise up. Let us rise up. Keep your own environment clean. Government will begin to provide beans, and the ideal, we want to get to a point where waste is collected house to house. Onye wana kwesịrị inwe bean na beer. It collect once a week na the residential areas and where the day of the week in the street chutufu onye wana ebupụta ya dobe n'iru ya adịa ndị a na-ebu ya abịa bukọla ya. On Wednesdays, twice a week, in the commercial areas like markets, they must have structures to clean the place. So it's not a thing that we are joking about. Keeping Anambra clean and green. The green area, we have actually designed a template, a regulation. And a percentage of that land, they will buildable area. Only a percentage, 25% of it, you must leave as green. You must leave it as green. Or grass. Milizoko bani mane. Or see if you will cement. Oyibo. Oyibo from America and Europe. Iganda nwere onye ga-eje bia na Europe. The big men na Maliva. I say, a percentage of the land area that must be green. Gaba nankete. You cannot go and Waliva Kuchi Eberina. The council will not approve it. The council will not approve it. You can't even go and cut a tree in your compound without getting council approval. Because that tree will even contribute to the total ecosystem of the environment. Manabai, you want to everything. Now we're going to, the new law on environment will require you, if you cut one, you plant 10. 10. Cut 10.
Okay.
You know? Thank you.
Now, Mr. Governor, I ga-emezi igwe okwu kita. Mana ya ka barakwa na nkata aka nwe ife ndị ọzọ anyị na ị ga-akpa ma youth development ma think home fancha mana anyị ga-akpachafa nkata ata ngwa ndị Anambra ngwa kpọbazi anụ n'ote n'unu mana ụfọdụ n'ime unu ji nọmba already mana ka m gụpụtakwara unu nọmba maka ndị ejiri 0902 327 3484 ọzọkwa 0902 327-3484. Numbers unu ga-akpọ nkwa bụ 0811 905 5555 0811 905 5555. Nke ito 0701 863 9546 0701 863 9546. Ngwa nya batabaziano. Hello? 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 Oh. Hello? ngwa kwuo gọvanọ na ya ngwa jụọ ajụjụ jee ka ọ kpọjee n'anya ozugbo. Hello, igwe anyị afaghị. Hello, igwe anyị afaghị, gwa ebe isi akpọ, ịjụọ ajụjụ ozugbo. Good afternoon. Ọ morning ebe ị nọ.
Ana m ekene o.
Prọfesọ Chukwuma Soludo, the governor, David Moore, na Nanka. Asị ka anyị kelee gị ịma na mpaghara obodo ka abụ m ihe a na-arụ na ya street light ebe niile ọ na ụlọ na-agbanị ama ha many years ndị kwuru n'obodo wee mara ihe dị iche ma ndị keke mara niile na-enwe aṅụrị ịma na o nwere ebe ọrụ fọdụrụ for example eze Mbaki na-awarite ọ na-awụ mmiri so o nwere ka ebe ahụ dị
ebe dị fa
ụzọ yes n'okpoko o nwere ebe a na-akpọ eze Mbaki nwekwa awarite ebe ahụ mmiri zo ha na ya na ya pụta mana ebe ebe ahụ adịghị oke instead of Igbo were load. Dịka ana m ayọ gọvanọ of Anambra State, biko ọ bụrụ na o nwere ebe na-emebi emebi ka akara ahụ ọgwụ stepu na federal load ka akara atụ dị ya aja nwe obere. For example, ebe a ndị mebi na-anọ n'ụga o nwere mbọs moto biji dara ebe ahụ nwaanyị na-ebe a bụ onye moto ibe ọ na-ebere akwa ịnara anya ọ bụrụ na jide agbajiri kama enwe nwe onye ebitere ego onye ọ na-ebe onye moto na-ebe onwe ebe dị agha ada agha chikodu ọrụ dị na Anambra State mana ọ nwayọọ nwayọọ.
David Moore, daalụ ka ndị ọzọ kpọkwuo. Hello? Ọ gọvanọ ikwu afa gị ikwu ebe isi akpọ ịjụọ gọvanọ na ya n'ihi ala.
Biko ana m ekele gọvanọ na ndị o mere eme ama omenala ihe na-ekwu
anyị na-anụ nna m ochie anyị na-anụ
ana m ekele gọvanọ na ndị o mere eme wee sị ya na mmadụ anyị arụkwa ogige n'ibi ihe ehi mgbe ya cheta n'ụzọ adị First Bank were gaa na anyị nwa n'ebe a na ide na-edozi ibu anyị ọ dịka nwa bụ di na ego abụ kwetụla ndị na-agba mbọ ọfụma oge a tụrụ vootu o nwere oke ghara tụrụte na mkpụrụ pati n'ime iji fụ na anyị tụrụ vootu ahụ.
Kedu ụzọ dị ife a?
First Bank ihe ala.
First Bank ihe ala.
Amen. Deme wuo. Deme.
Yes.
Hello?
Ikwu
Ikwu afa gị, ikwu ebe isi akpa.
Thank you.
Ben Amokpara.
Ana m agwakwa ndị Anambra kansị adịkwa n'Ọka ọkwa Soludo ekelekwe m.
Daalụ Ben, daalụ.
Chance adịghị n'oge. Chance. Space ya batara.
Hello? Mba, ọka abụrụ Excellency nọ ikwu afa gị, ikwu ebe ị na-akpọ, ebe isi akpọ Excellency egezie gị. Onye? Etunugo Aguleri. Otunigbo Aguleri, okay. Ngwa. Okay.
What would you want to know? $1 naira or $2. Okay, I'm getting there. I don't know what the news in Anambra State here. If you can market, that's how I'll go. I am going to jump at that just because of Ndabu.
Okay, onwe for apart from Ndabu.
Apart from Ndabu, let's go to Ndabu.
Okay, noted. Can do support. Hello? Hello, after you need to abo. Ijo adu. Okay.
Mr. Governor, I'm making a boom. Yeah, eventually people will be selling
Abu.
First of all, I'm making a get in an all in because all in a little one young man good Anambra State. And I will go to what he did not funny speech. I have to take the good stuff. When is the equal with that? Anambra State too much uniform every week. And the other multiple community original and then Namayana because I get division, not a zero division. They India and second hard to wait there. Whatever. So you guys are like an Abuja.
Okay. My love is given you. Commendation. What on the July? It's also my who's here land who's on. Okay. Hello, because we are fine. You could be Siapo, a job governor.
Okay. I'm more for Idris Aloma from Amanti.
You go for Nibo.
I'm making a governor. It's a little bit I have to pay governor here. Now, what Amanti Chawapa to Oba. Now, other disappointed Mugamon. I'm a monyo. Now, also buying the contractor Loleva, and I got pretty soon. Maybe I did not go to another national. Where also, where outlet, a Maramo or if
Namansi. Can you join the Kumakia?
From Okuwa. From Amansi down to about 10 million.
Okay.
We're not going 10 million. Okay, on that construction. Mana, it's what it now. Really, the gutter, hour. So where they also, really, the apple. Really, I'm saying that also you know this is not. But even I talk from one. So now, a better contractor.
Kedu akụkụ ebe ife a na-eme? Kedu akụkụ ebe dị mmiri a na-abanye na shọpụ mmadụ? Kedu akụkụ ebe ọ na-abanye na shọpụ mmadụ? N'ebe?
Okuwa village.
So whatever goes at either the apple.
Okay, noted. Wait for us. Can do us
Okay. Thank you.
So come on, the choice, but to see if in there. Okay. Hello? Because I find ABC Apple, a job governor. Okay, double chief.
There were.
That's the road where I come back to business with. If I can't my book to pass my go back to my didn't that day. When I was that game back, up there about the Kaiser. At least, number one, I didn't know that day. I'm out there with God. Now,
Thank you. Just Master and Kaozubo. Okay, go ahead.
Hello? Biko afa gị ebe isi akpọ ịjụọ gọvanọ ajụjụ. Eze Ndụka ebe ka isi akpọ? Ọnịsha. Okay, ngwa ajụjụ. Okay. Ekene, daalụ. Hello? Biko gwa anyị afa gị, gwa anyị ebe isi akpọ ijụzie gọvanọ ajụjụ. Hello? Afa gị ebe ka isi akpọ? Ọnịcha. Ngwa ajụjụ. Ewo, sorry. Hello? Hello? Ọkabụ onye ma? Your name, please. Afa gị ebe isi akpọ and your question. Okay.
His Excellency, motion and I don't know, try to bring away some green parts of the land. That is very good thing to refer. Material and buying in Mary. And I rule every blessed day. No matter how many people they are. And another aspect we about the tree. This is a part of the people area. Only but the river, the country on Apple, who goes to champ over to get for the special knock at the potato. If you are no, also your zero for your zero. You potato to your own to the field of the two of the trade.
Okay.
I need to stop others. I like to make for Anambra State here and your
Okay, ngwa ka ndị ọzọ kpọkwuo. Daalụ. Gọvanọ note gị ife ikwu. So gọvanọ chọrọ imetụ okwu ndị Hello? Afa gị ebe ka isi akpọ ịjụọ gọvanọ ajụjụ ozugbo.
Good afternoon.
By 5 weeks in a month. Of which in a month is 4 weeks and some days. Man, our program was the same 5 weeks in a month. He can have that by now 10,000 people to solve the people who are less than 1 month. It was 10,000 naira in a month. First month, second month. Even if we talk about I think each one 2 weeks or each 1 week. And not just like every one, not by days, can't come to the same. I'm supposed to go 4 weeks in a month, but I'm taking 5 weeks in a month. So I can see really, I can do because.
Okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
Biko afa gị ebe ka isi akpọ ịjụ ajụjụ.
Abụ m Chinonso John onye mba ukwu esi m mba ukwu akpọ.
Okay, ngwa.
Ka nkele gọvanọ anyị na ihe ọ na-eme na Anambra steeti erike. Gọvanọ ọ na-ejezu Anambra niile ekene ka m na-ebutere ya ihe ọ na-arụ erike. Wee na-ekelekwa gọvanọ anyị ọzọ karị nwamba afọ Soludo ihe ọma ị na-eme karịrị. Wee na-ekelekwa ya ọ bụrụ na ndị ọrụ oyibo isetara anyị eme anyị ma na anyị nwere webde gọvanọ anyị na-ekele gị na-ayọkwa biko ka anyị wụ inkriment a imere anyị n'oge a ka emeziso na ejesi niile na parastata niile na pana emere ndị ọrụ ha niile ekele ka m na-ekele daalụ.
Okay. Hello? Biko afa gị ebe ka isi akpọ ịjụọ gọvanọ ajụjụ? Ebe? Okpoko, okay, eze nwa Okpoko.
A na-ekele Mr. Gọvanọ ọrụ ọ na-arụ na Anambra ọ dị anyị ahụ mma mana o nwekwara ebe ọzọ si ka ọ na anyị wadụ ndị bi n'Okpoko na ogologo obodo ukwu roodu anyị Ede Road Society Jega Well ụzọ ahụ mmiri izu anyị adịghị aganwu ya aga
N'ebe?
Ede Road Junction
Obodo ukwu
na-apịa kooku ahụ ogologo ebe ahụ ụzọ ahụ keke adịghị agazi ya aga mmiri izu okwu adịghị afụ ebe etinyere ụkwụ anyị ga-asị ka m gọta ọzọ nwụkwa na police station Okpoko police station
N'ebe?
Okpoko police station.
N'ọgbaru local gọọmenti anyị nọkọtazi ihe ndị mmadụ na-ajụzi ma ọ bụ staff ka a na-ejenerate for Anambra from that place maka ọ na-awụ ọkụ mgbede ọbụla ndị polisi awụpụta ha gbochie ebe ahụ ha na-ana ma ndị keke ego ị na-agbara agbada 45 etu ịgba na from 6 o'clock ya akwụ 15 ịgba mgbede ma ọ dị ha mma ha mechie anakọtakwa ha gbadatakwa na ndịda Well Junction ga anakwa ndị mmadụ ego ọtụtụ mmadụ na-akọmplen taa ka nzika kwuo ka mmalụ ma onwe ihe gọvanọ ga-emere anyị ọkwa na ọ ga-esi esi ndị ga-amonitọ get more evidence. Thank you, sir.
Okay, daalụ. Hello?
Hello?
Afa gị ebe isi akpọ ajụjụ? Okay.
Na mgbe a chọrọ m ibido na ukwuru maka erosion side dị chakwa na ọzọ ọbụla ebe ndị ọzọ mana ana m asị enwere ike nwere ike na-eme ka a na-eji isi erosion mgbe agha ha na-ebido nwa obere esochimeti ka ọ ghara ịbụ emechazi ọbụrụ ọbazie yi so much na ọ ga-eri so much money. That is one. Then nke sitatom anụnwa ọ dịrọ mma asụsụ okwugosi kwụsị sitatom mana enwesị ụbọchị ọbụla a na-eme sitatom ka ndị sekuriti na patrol gbalụ ka ndị mmadụ wee nwee sense of security ndị chọrọ ịpụta apụta ịghọtago ka e nwee sekuriti. Then ana m asịkwa gọvanọ ka sọpọt isi erure eri asị gbara ọka okirikiri ihe dịka isi anyị ọcha mgbapụ ka edozisi ụzọ o nwecha many people nwecha land ya so that people can get into those lands and develop go decongest in Ọka than the house rent akwụ n'Ọka. Enwere ebe a na-akpọ uche center dị na mgbapụ is in lying fallow there o nwere ibe a na-eme there. That youth center ọ bụ na government take advantage of it can help a lot of youth to acquire skills there. Ọ ihe ndị si ka m tinye isi ya wee kene gọvanọ n'ọrụ ọ na-arụsị ya jisi ike. Daalụ.
So Governor, you get Hello? 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 Hello, biko gwa anyị afa gị, igwa anyị ebe isi akpọ ka gọvanọ wee zazie ajụjụ ị ga-ajụ.
Good afternoon.
Kodizanka. Nwanyị. Chinenye. Ngwa jụọ ajụjụ.
Mr. Governor, na nnukwu ọrụ ọ na-alụla anyị o. Ya daalụghị nne, Gọvanọ daalụgo.
Thank you.
Ihe m chọziri ịkọmplen bụ maka mụnwa bụ onye 2019 set. So ihe nji wee na-akọmplen bụ na anyị nwa na ndị 214 set na-eji NCE wee we anyị. Anyị wee sị ka anyị ọnụ gọvanọ ka anyị ma na ọ ga-emere anyị step up obere maka na anyị na ndị ewezi na 2022. Salary anyị na ha dị abụrụ ofu ya. Most of them kakwa anyị na salary set. And then also the grade level. Ndị nke a pụta kịta ụfọdụ n'ime ha ka nke anyị. So anyị wee sị ka anyị yọọ biko Mr. Governor biko ka ị nebaalụ na anyị anya. Anyị jikwanụ 3 years wee tọọ ndị ewere ọkụ mana most of them their own is better than our own. Biko nna o meela anyị ebere biko o.
Yeah, on the well under solution, okay?
Yes, so other solution okay well I know I on people.
That's so bad.
What's the own now? Okay. Hello, Afagi, ABC Apo, Ijo Governor Aju.
Hello.
Yes. Thank you.
Good afternoon, fellow Anambra.
Yes.
Actually, Your Excellency, you are my mentor, and I call you the progeny of the position in philosophy. I am Dr. Austin Chineneze Nwabuwane from Nwabana. I am the author of the Transformation Mathematics for Senior Secondary School, which ranks first.
Can you go to the question? Go to the question. Doc, go to the question.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that it's in the process of writing the faith book that I lost my sight and I became visually impaired. So I wrote letters through Your Excellency.
Doc, I'm aware that you met the governor's wife the day she came here. Okwangiwa?
Yes, Your Excellency.
No, Bro Excellency, no MDABS. But the governor's wife and you gave her your letter.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you guys in those opportunity
Because I've not heard from her. That was why I'm still calling the Excellency.
Also, can you find that correct, here?
na police on a dawo we police no na actually enyemaka and he met Her Excellency but Her Excellency
okay. Thank you.
So if you get measure make akabazi aruzilu onye ozi o kan ndi ozokpa okay. Hello, biko afagi ijuwa ajuju and then Governor Aza kerebisi akpotu afai kera afai
I am losing in an even level. Ana m ajụzi ka ezi etu isi m je lụọ mbuze dị n'Enugu Ukwu meji mmiri wee lụzi ya nụ. Okay, mba nke onye arụ adịrọ anụgo m ya. Ọ maka ị na-asị ewepụsizie onwere onye like kwa na ịkwụ tax kwa ịma. Mana onye ọbụla like ka gọọmenti lụọ ụzọ ebe onye keke a ma onye bọọsụ a ga-agba. Onye bụ ebe challenge dị. Na mmadụ ga-akwụ na ya n'ụgbọ. Obele azụ ga-akpata obele nkụ, nnukwu azụ akpata nnukwu nkụ. Anyị ga-eneba anya nke onye arụ adịrọ. Ochighata. Eme a ga-enebi anya. Mana a ga-ama anyị na-anwakwanụ ekwefu ka anyị na-afọ na-ewepụ. Esi from 15 gbadata to 10, si 10 gbadata to 8. Oh, mba, thank you very much.
Other questions.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. For now,
yeah, we're on radio.
Fine again. Okay, thank you very much. I think nke azagom nke onye Enugu kwa ife erosion a ndị ọrụ n'ebe a ana na-edetu ya na-edenu ya ife the commissioner for works ga-eje Enugu kwa ka anyị jefu ebe a erosion na-akwado m ime ife na-enye nsogbu. Then quickly on the other ones I will quickly just go through some of them very quickly. Yes, Chinenye on a grade level if harmonization. Emeka ina banya kamalo be the discrepancies. Not none that we ever. I malo discrepancy in if one kuba malum sip office Apple Albert. Sip off and we see Apple Albert and they can there we no get solution or they can terms for the better. Okay. On erosion sites, yes, early detection was a key one, and security patrols, early detection for these erosion things. Yeah, in many cases actually, are there which we can detect all. But sometimes these landslides, because of the nature of the soil, but such now, you wouldn't even give you much if I won't believe I get developed millions on a zone. The entire thing will Ozenike and security patrols on Mondays. I believe that's what is designed to happen. I want to believe that they are doing that now, and I think that's the part of the reason raise the issue about sustaining the tempo. So that we are going to do. And a very important point about estates in the neighboring towns, that we're going to look very closely and see how we can take road network to those, residential areas so that, those areas can become new axes for residential development. The mother when cheaper accommodation. Opoko. I've taken a note, I will take note of this Ede Road Junction on Obodoku. Now the drainage, we need to go to tackle that. Commissioner, we're going to go to find out all those. Then, Nkende police station no Okpoko. The police in Nuputa anakonde mado after 6 p.m. That's not acceptable. Mbuku Chinonso, and maka increment of salary and whatever, can make sure that all the MDS, I think we assume not all the MDS. On Onye Keke and 5 weeks, I don't understand that. Actually, we had assumed what are they a month to Zulu 5 weeks? And what a month to get Zulu 5 weeks. Ghana from the only thing only came mato 2-3 days into that, but that's not a reason. But Obolonya now monthly is 8,000. That is it. Yeah, now monthly, about on September, 8,000. Whether by the month or was it 31st or 28th or whatever, it's irrelevant. It's 8,000 a month. The only challenge, I can see where the challenge is for those who now weekly. For those who now weekly. So how could say weekly? I'll be looking at September 1 to September 7, September 14, September 21, September 28. Then Olukwa for the week that then ends till the last day of September, banya into October. Weekly. But monthly, I think it should be right away 8,000. We brought that. I think Ugochukwu from Otolone, we thank you very much for your commendations. Ezendoka Onisha, your commendations, thank you very much. Double Chief Newi, Nekumaka Bank Road. Double Chief, Obo Nekan Egente, Odeke Odekwa nke na onwe ka isi no kepu ife akeme nwanne onya maka ya award sigo gwen contract that bank road kama onwelu nwe bele ife fonu obro so bank road onwekwu ma spores ife akpakwunyele na akụkụ a I get gbara bank road, don't worry. I gafe afụ contractor ebe a na ogenetere aka. Idris Aloma Oga Boys bụ onye nke drainage issue na Okukwa village na Amansi. Because that way they should go to take a look at that. Emmanuel na Onisha about uniformed Mande Agboro, distinguish if Agbora. The same thing kwaka Otunibo Aguleri. That is Afwan again Otua, and the Otua Nisha there, and if I complain of Makandena Mem Market, Otu. So Agbora is an issue when we're going to, like I said, it's something we're determined to get out. Because we're getting a election. I'm quite impressed, actually. I must commend my security agencies for this. A lot of people being called to tell me, yes, Arbor is not completely out, but that the notice now on a change. If I did each other, before Mbata, they would stop you 5 places, 6 places, Bulumopo, Bonacho, and Menka. They were just operating with impunity. And all the time I was campaigning, I drove a number 1 need, Vaso Chopo Aboro. Drove a number 2 need, Vaso Iwepura Aboro, no one as if was Imasigo Fifi Melova. And that's where we're coming down to. But we will need the cooperation of everybody. We're going to, part of the we're coming with a comprehensive package, including the phone numbers. Notice leave out. Call us. You get a photo and send to us so that we can go to hound the person down and take him out. But we're going to deal with that. The uniformed or non-uniformed, I think I have addressed that issue before. The abuses, any possible abuse by the enforcement teams. Stephen Ezra Fulukwe, First Bank Ihiala Road. Because on where road, the honorable member represent Ihiala had sent to me and some Ihiala stakeholders come on that road also in Kumakia. Because we are coming to Ihiala, certainly. There's no question about it. We'll be coming to Ihiala very shortly. Okpoko, I know to go that Awalit and all of that. What we need to do there, we need to get down there. The Owerri Road is dropping down. Yes, we are getting there. It's terrible. It's terrible. Or brought this if I would have been there. Now, probably, I don't know yet whether tomorrow or next week, I might visit some of these places and begin to take them, because this is why we're here. And I hate to hear ebe mmiri na-agbagbu ndị mmadụ. The mmiri na-eje agbagbu ndị nọ n'Owele aja n'Obosi. We are dealing with that now. We are dealing with that now. And I think Amanato Axis, I think there's something I posted there.
Oh, Facebook. Let's have a Facebook
Amanato Axis is a nightmare. Please do something. It's an economic road. Links the whole major markets in Onitsha. Beka Amanato Axis are there. We're going to get to it.
Greetings, Mr. Governor. Are we to accept the reality of living with Agberos, touts, for the rest of our lives? Thought there was a plan to root out their services. In Onitsha metropolis, the activities are up and thriving. Next. Please, our NEPA, that is our EEDC, in Ndiowu, is seriously dealing with us since your Obiano left office. That's not you, our Obiano. They bring light only 2 days in 3 to 4 months. Please, Mr. Governor, come to our rescue. Next. Chukwuma is saying, good day, Mr. Governor. Some road under construction, especially Isuofia Ikenga, isn't if it's a road. After Caterpillar demolition of the road, before this rainy season, nothing is going on the road, especially that Ikenga isn't if it's a road. The road is no-go area. Please help us. God bless you on your good work in Anambra State. Next. Sunshine Raymond says, thank you, Mr. Governor. Please, one U2 skills pilot scheme have concluded their program long ago. Surprisingly, the phase 2 has kicked off, but the pilot scheme is yet to get disbursed. So help us. So help us. It's over 9 months now. Next. Chiagozie Chukwuka is saying, go into the villages and buy foodstuffs from local farmers and help them grow their businesses and reduce cost of food as well. Ebube Ekesiobi Anara, please, Mr. Governor, kindly create a new city at Omabala area that will be close to river. Will be called Anambra Island. We need something like time. We have rivers and we need to create our own island. Lagos Island was created. Create our own Anambra Island, please, Mr. Governor. Next. Are we done with this?
Okay. Let me start with Onyenka. I think Onyen I roll here. Roll from there going back.
Roll from the last one and then in reverse order.
In reverse order.
Ify.
Yes, Onyenka na-ekwu create a new city. No, biko gosi na ya ebe ọ ga-abụ no. Ebe ọ ga-abụ the next Iju Gabian will not carry the new city. Along the river. Okay. River. Milizo, the next flood, okay?
Okay, the other one, please, quickly.
Go into villages and buy foodstuffs. Onye you go.
Oh, Governor Kana say je go.
Hey, abolo nke monwa na ego ana me ejekwa afia na eje ego liva.
Okay.
But I say if he get kube na abro go into the villages and buy foodstuff from local farmers. The local farmers and then of those villages pride themselves that they are having access to food. If we can say on rural roads that we need to deal with, so that those who produce from the rural places will also have access to the markets. That's not government to go and buy food from there. Government abolo trader, oje gotie or lesionye. Back a government here, JJ go food in the whole villages everywhere. Government galo when the one that are for businesses. Government will build the infrastructure to enable these people access markets. and to access the traders who trade in foodstuffs to be able to go into those interplaces and get the food out. Now, on 1U2 scales, so don't bother, we are coming to it this month. We are coming to it this month in terms of the disburse. Now, I are yet to get disburse. So, we'll come to that. We're working out the modalities. We have got the money ready to disburse to you, so don't worry. Number Onyana maka Isof Ezinifiti Ikenga Road. Okay, particularly now the Ikenga Ezinifiti Road. It's a no-go area. Onyana note here, Sina note here. We're going to now Naibata go Mbamba months. We're going to hacken on those contractors, to get to work. We're rainy season, and I needed to explain this. During the rainy season, a lot of the construction works stop or get halted. But now that the rains are going, this month, September, we're hoping that this month should be the last month of the rainy season. I hear about the dry season normally starts October. And as soon as we hit the dry, we expect that these contractors will ratchet up. NEPA. I bet what can they NEPA see? Okay, I can monitor EDC will NEPA. They bring light only 2 days and 3 to 4 months. Please, Mr. Governor, come to our rescue. I wouldn't say that what you said is not true, but we're going to interrogate that. And if that is the case, we'll, urge them to do something decisively. Because I don't know any other, maybe in Diowu, either with transformer or with the line itself. Because I don't know any other place. This is some are getting 16 hours, 15 hours, 18 hours, some even 20. Parts of Anambra are getting up to 20 hours now. And you're talking about 2 days in 3 to 4 months. Then something must have gone wrong, so to speak. Then, which other one? Is Ogugo? You are not to accept living. You have not been listening to us. But a way to accept reality of living with Arboro styles the rest of your life. No, you are not to accept that. And you must also do something about it yourself by also getting to report and to say where they are yourself. Everybody has got something to do. The activities are there, but we're also arresting them every day and dealing with them every day. And I can tell you the important thing is that there is clear agenda, clear this thing to deal with them, and they are being dealt with every day. It's not to accept that. That's unacceptable. And but let's see. Like I said at the very beginning, if you listen to us from the very beginning, you shouldn't have asked this question. Now, which other one? Owerri Road, Amanato axis is a nightmare. Please do something. Where is this Amanato axis? Okay.
Mr. Governor,
thank you.
Tony, quickly.
Just briefly. Mr. Governor, ask I can always something introduced. They capture my interest. If I ever say that now one you two skills, go see the importance of skill acquisition. Then secondly, when they train 20,000 youths in this solution innovation district. Snandi aboga fageji where batana they move to the permanent site, government house, you give them a job. If I like you is this, how do you come about this? That's number one. And this no way where I prove will give 100 billion, you've not touched it. maybe there's other magic you'll do together. So we are very happy about that, but we know that in the country there is no money. Then how do you come about that?
Gabo, a short question with a long answer. A short question with a long answer. And I will start with, in case the skills thing. 20,000 have been trained in the Solution Innovation District. Our agenda is to make Anambra to become a digital tribe, make issue of the digital revolution to become a way of life in the Anambra. And for our youths and children and so on, we want to create those for whom digital skills were natives to them. You know, to become the internet natives. As we speak, a company is completing laying about 2,000 kilometers of fiber optic ducts around the state, and this will enable us to have last mile connections to public institutions and places so people can have access to very fast and cheap internet, and that's part of our way of revolutionizing this place. But then the skills of about these 20,000 persons, the Solution Innovation District went into a partnership with the Woodlab Foundation and Microsoft, you know, to provide that training.
Okay.
And I mean, we're hoping that even to train more. As we speak, I think they have finished training people who are going on the Code Anambra, on coding and some other skills. They have a temporary office where I think people will be, you know, getting even robotics and other skills, as it were. These are skills that they require to be employable, you know, that help them to scale up their employability.
Yep.
You get these things, then the employer naturally will get you because you have multiple skills. And it's really preparing in the Anambra for the labor market of tomorrow, so to speak. Now, the 1U2 skills one, but where we're upgrading our apprenticeship system, most somebody naturally more tailoring, and when you can second to a non-tailor.
Okay.
Or jeba more for 1 year, for example, or 9 months or 6 months. Then actually be done will enable him or her maybe acquire the basics, sewing machine, the stuff and so on. Bologna molo etwesi edozisi. Or just second to a professional name here, almost here, I help where you got that basics. You need a dryer, need can want to pass my neighbor.
Yeah. I pass my neighbor. Yeah.
I got here. Oh, well, banyoko, and then walk or to get a fuel to Yania. And then, mother, where banana, never dryer.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not in any med dryers and I walk.
That's fine. You're right, you're right.
And I'm more than Boga. So, this is what we are doing with regards to that. And when they mostly all manner of skills, plumbing, this and so on, and where that's the group, Nafeku, and about 4,000, over 4,000 of them. We will be empowering them this month. We'll be empowering them this month for them to go out to create wealth themselves. Sooner or later, they'll become employers of labor themselves, so to speak. We are trying to be sure that no sector of the society is left behind. The youths, the children, Ainabia, as part of our agenda, which we're also going to make an announcement this month about these schools. You know, the charges are not charged Omaka. What PTA Kwonka. By the time you know it, aggregate, even you never know. Are they totally off what anybody can take? And so the children of the poor might have difficulty having access to quality education. We want to be able to raise the quality and ensure that it's accessible, especially to the poor. This thing, so the children are not left out, the students are not left out, the youths are not left out, and of course, the elderly, the vulnerable groups, as it were. And by the way, when I mention the word vulnerable, there are people who talked about persons living with disability. We treat this group, and that's part of one of the callers who said he went blind. Yeah, you will need assistance, special assistance, as it were, whatever the state can do within the framework of assisting persons with disability or persons who are vulnerable. Because not all persons with disability are vulnerable. So we need to make this distinction. Our emphasis is vulnerability. Vulnerability. And we're not going to get a society all organized, all under. We have, for example, Disabilities Commission, for example. We have a commission for that, looking after them. But we have also numerous other persons that are vulnerable. There are very poor, helpless widows all over the place. I will also even poor, helpless widowers.
Yes.
Makana when the munye fa rapolo va na ụmụaka. Nwoke nwere ọcha, enwekwugo households where the woman nobody the breadwinner. Achọ ya afụrọ. Nwoke na onwe ya na-ajụ agesi agha wee mee. So all those people need support. And we're trying to encourage the bigger society to rally together. Government controls barely 2% of the resources in the Anambra. The other 98% not in private hands. So, if the communities will rise up, let's bond together, stick for each other. We should be able to lift each other up. Doesn't have to be in Kameno, Baba Toka, Governor Bia. Government cannot possibly deal with each individual needs. Government will provide the environment and help those who it can lift. For example, if I go for pregnant women, giving them free antenatal and delivery service, that's all part of it. You know, trying to care for special needs of some of these people. And for those who are teaching, for our teachers, we must agree as a society that that particular class of workers needs special attention. That class of workers needs special attention because we are all, everybody is a product of teachers. And the way you assess a society that will move forward, you look at the quality of teachers and the quality of teaching. And we must be able to motivate that class to come to the level where teaching will be the first choice job. Teaching rather than the reverse. Teaching ebo achọkata ebe a ga-ebido aka afọrọ ejebido n'ikpere onye na-akụzi jụọ ya ọsị gị na ka ewelugodo nke anọdụzi ebe a wee na-achọzi. It cannot be. Then that society will never move forward.
I will wait 2 hours, on about 2 hours, 30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
If I or a seal of one, you know, when I may listen with your phone, so you change your or an silgi when I listen. Now, talk more. 2.5 hours. Let's take a break, Mr. Governor. Let's take a break and I have your permission to continue, you know, running the program because we've done 2 hours and I didn't get your approval earlier that we'll go beyond 2 hours. Can we continue? because all the can the Anambra catch or more questions.
Oh, for
Okay, let's take a break. We call now, but let's take a break, and then when we come back, we'll take more questions from the panelists, and also possibly with the permission of Mr. Governor from the Anambra, Nega, and then Ikiliani.
Anambra is a very wonderful place. The state is working. We have very good government. Our governor, successive governments, governors that we've had, right from the time of P2B down to Obiano, down to Soludo, they are working very, very well. Anambra is very safe. It's a very good place for people to come and invest, for people to live.
The issue of development, development comes gradually. Our governor is trying. So the development will come, but it will be on gradual process.
We have entered into the professorial era. We are talking of Governor Chukwuma Soludo. We are seeing the handwriting on the wall.
Those of us that are from Anambra State, I believe we are very lucky. As pensioners, we are still receiving our pension. Look at me, I'm still looking strong. Having come from Anambra State, which shows our government, they are doing well.
I thank the Almighty God for the emergence of Professor Soludo. I have a strong hope in him that he will deliver.
They are better in place. They are trying now. Environment, any peak is up. Then road, more feeling a milli subside. Now give the patch roads. So far so good. Anambra is on course.
When you come to talk of development, there's no saying that in the southeast, Anambra State must come first. The biggest market in West Africa is situated in my town, Onitsha. Anambra people are very lucky. Anambra is the greatest.
Chukwuma Soludo CFR ebebigo ime ka Anambra State nwa aga n'iru n'ọrụ ugbo otu ọ dịbụ na mbụ oge Dr. Michael Opara na-achị dịka Premier Eastern Region.
Dr. Michael Opara gbanwere Eastern Region mgbe ahụ ka ọ bụrụ otu n'ime mpaghara ndị ahụ akụnụba ha na-eme ọfụma n'ụwa niile.
Ọrụ mmepe mgbe ahụ kwadụkarịrị nnọọ ukwu n'ihe gbasatara ọrụ ugbo ọkachasị imepụta mmanụ Igbo.
Oge dịka oge ahụ ka Soludo chọrọ iweghachi azụ na Anambra State maka na o hụrụ ya anya na ọ bụ ụzọ kachasị mma a ga-eji chụọ ụbịam ọsọ ukwu elu ala.
N'ihi ya, Gọvanọ Soludo na-ekesara ndị Anambra mkpụrụ akwụ na mkpụrụ akụ oyibo ka anyị kwado ezi ebumnobi a site n'ịkọ ma zụọ mkpụrụ erimeri ndị a ka ọ wee nwee agba dịka ọ dịbụ na mbụ.
Daddy, biko bịa zonye aka oyibo, bịa zonye aka oyibo.
Ndị Anambra daalụnụ. Anyị na-ekenekwa unu na ndidi unu nwelu. Anyị ghọtara na onwe ndị ọzọ na-akpọkwanụ mana ka anyị metụtakwa okwu ọnụ enwee efe anyị aza ajụjụ unu mana unu kwe ike na-ese ndị ajụjụ a na Facebook You send the message I will call it to a Bujel governor, Oza, and you send the reply back. Tony.
Mr. Governor, I can't be in a health. Makani kunkane kuwani kuzo, the maka health. And just as that health is wealth. And the society of not knowing anything about health is very difficult. Now, recently, the General Hospital Onitsha became federal health institution, which is not easy. Anambra actually is very attractive, the federal government, the interest, and more the effort you put in. Then secondly, I know about the ambulance emergency services in Ghana around there, you know, that Madam Wiki dial 112, what immediate response. Immediately, it is not easy as health is concerned. Then finally, I know that nature introduced even about telemedicine. I am a revolution, telemedicine, to make doctors, patients, consultation, you know, that things they easier for them. Now, and a lot of doctors in Nigeria on strike.
Thank you very much. Multiple barreled question. Kembo, the Federal Medical Center, Onitsha. Well, that's part of what I said to Ndebai. You see, Nigeria is a federation of the federal government and 36 states. And to really get effective public sector response to various sectors, you need both the state and the federal government to clap together. You need the collaboration and support of the federal government. You cannot stay out and be, you know, as if the federal government will be your enemy and you expect to get something from there. The bag multi-federal politics. Bro politics of Ipoi, Palionia, in Manka, Masia. The Balosia Ungena. Ijekuluku the Federal Medical Center is an example of this collaborative, positive collaboration and partnership between the state government and the federal government. And so, all the years, it was General Hospital Onitsha, General Hospital Ekulobia, Nise Eye Center. Now, the federal government, through this productive partnership, has now taken over the the General Hospital of Onitsha, and it's now been converted as Federal Medical Center, with the Kulobia as a branch, and with the Nisa Eye Center as a branch.
Most of the funding will be coming from the federal government this time.
One thing, yes, the federal government, but the staff in the Yama, even in Bo, a Giafufania is. Abonaga, will look away, Boamo, and then, I have free resources there, where the Bozo. So that is what they playing the right kind of politics will get you. When you play the right kind of politics. Otherwise, in other Nilo, they may protest. Wanaga. If you play the right kind of politics, you get the right kind of things for your people. That's what it is about. That's number one. Number two, on the ambulance services, that's basically ongoing. Our goal here is to bring health to the doorsteps of the citizens. Health is wealth. And I will come to, I mentioned that. So the ambulance services, somebody in emergency. Obodoibo, when you call an ambulance, it's a question of some minutes, it will show up with with medical people and so on, Bului, to hospital immediately. Even with a medical personnel, you never go to the emergency, services, and take you to hospital where you receive this thing. And now that takes us to the issue of telemedicine. See, the technology today is changing. We're in a digital age. And so, the mass is, na somebody no na, no, mono olumbanasa. Okay? And then we're also. ọ ga-eji wee jee General Hospital. And what actually, coincidentally, I use the example, the communities in Bokita, franchise in Anambra West. And Anambra West, they were actually General Hospital. So the only one in the first instance, when we're also, the only one emergency. A man at the nearest General Hospital, he get booty abuno to before you see Otuacha, we boy where also. Now, part of what we are dealing, there is even a bigger revolution that we are working on, and which is to have at least one major functional primary health center in each of the 326 wards. Okay? Powered by solar, linked by technology to a secondary call center where you have doctors now. Ogabonya nonolumba nasa nwelo that kind of challenge, emergency. Once you look an award there, at the health center nearby, you will have access to at least a nurse. And then the nurse can hook on through technology a doctor will be seen. Now, when the American the temperature, no. Only need a referral, bulia batabam, or on a check it, massive check is a vitals, yeah. Only key prescription immediately about. Only case yamba, onya, may to a cost stabilizer. When I got tested it, I got tested it, I got tested it, and then call again next tomorrow or tomorrow. For the results, it doesn't have to go physically. Start going to the General Hospital and so on. That is the leveraging technology to deliver medical services, health services to the people at their lowest point of need. And that we are getting to happen. And this we're very determined to deliver on this. And final one is lifestyle, public health. This, if I make clean and green, is part of it. My wife has this healthy living with Chukwuma Soludo. And that healthy living, you are what you eat. It says exercise dirty and eat clean. And your environment contributes. If you are breathing, polluted air, it shortens your lifespan. If you are eating, if you are so and so on and so forth, and then exercise.
Exercise dirty and eat clean.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my wife,
yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
So, let her.
If I talk, it co-op salary, maka find out illegal structures, illegal every person rock can we fair solution? Big is the good solution. I am not of when the narrow if I get then Makani, although only met to Bugiaka. Now in your Zaniketa overlook and all that with the father or Eagle Land if we are here by internet. Or if you got your then keep as the maneuver like destination, departure, and destination. Okay, while we are going on our water, if you go.
Anambra, our goal for Anambra to become a destination, not a departure lounge. A departure lounge. Manoga a destination. Ebe na agbapu na agbaga ebe. So na agbaga Abuja, na agbaga Lagos, na agbaga nka, na agbaga nka, na agbaga Mozambique, na agbaga Angola. I want one day and a killing, I have a killing mud. Oh, by Kagana Biabia. Come on, I cholonde, well, if I contribute, or on the Nabia, Lolo Aboro. maka na kịta ọ dị ka onye ọbụla na-agbata Anambra ife ụdị ndị na-agbata na bụ ndị na-abịa chọọ onye fa ya asụ mma. Okay? Anyị achọrọ ndị a. Anyị chọrọ ime Anambra ka ọ bụla ebe somebody nwere ike isi obodo ọbụla nọ na Nigeria ma outside of Nigeria ịjụọ ebe ka ọ na-eje ya na-eje Anambra. And anyị ga-eme ya. Ọka by etu mgbe a next year. Sọnsọ ife anyị alụ na the fun city, the water park, the amusement park, the country clubhouse, and the entertainment leisure. And we're going to cascade this at Gulu Lake area. And of course, we're working out about 200 hectares of land gathering entertainment leisure city. I map out an Ebogade. Anambra Gavo a destination. Manoga de livable, de peaceful, de secured. So now, for it to be a destination point and not a departure lounge, Manoga de livable. Part of that livability, Manoga de planned, clean, green. Now, and that brings us to illegal structures. Illegal structures, when I map out in a bag, I'll be low. Mado, no approval. Design, it's illegal now. Money designated an industrial area. Onye ejebulu uno, or never residential area. When you know bulu factory, well, use a pipe, the generator. We put here in on us wudu. We now pump this dark smoke. Ndi mother nekulu. Mbano. Ode the way to do it. I manifest leak. But no one allow that illegal structure. Okay? On maybe ndo ototonde madu. Yes, all the convenient for him. Mana now causes a massive health, environmental, and other havoc to the rest of the society. I give you examples. Nonisha. I jaleba, I could to go a lot of them. On when did you well a plaza? Luchie ozo milisi wala bato River Niger. Milizo miliana bamunde mado arobuna. We brought them down. Mande oka. Luchisilu nuka. Uzo milisi aga. Even God am happy. You well eba well luchie iva milizo miliande mada now. No, now. You know, so that's what we mean. For the well bacha, a well bacha eba, alo bacha here, alo bacha eba, aluchi eba, a mechi mbano. Yet oje eba say, hey, ije Abuja, ije ba, benine omacha ma, ije ba ina pa. No, inwe ebe ndi mmadụ ndị ji ọkpa, inwe ebe fa na-aga. Bye. Elusi anya dobe ebe ji ọkpa wele aga. Fe wele shop luchie ya. Okporo afia kpọchie ebe ndị ji ọkpa na-aga. Onye lụsi ụnọ. Elusi ụnọ enwe ife with the building line. The building line ebe the building kwesịrị ịga. Ndị be anyị, ndị ọzọ a na-akpọ ya setback. Mana ndị be anyị na-emezi set forward. Ọbịa na that building line, nke a bụ building line. Ojezi ebe a, say, hey, kedu ife a na-ewe esili iru shop a? Ọkụrụ bacha, kụba ya n'ime, kpọta ofu onye shop, ma kpọọ ebe afịa pụta n'ebe a. Ebe a bụ iru shop a bụ ebe ndị ji ọkpa kwesịrị ị na-aga. These are all illegal. Ị na-anya anya ọ na-asọ oyi nu. Ọ na-asọ oyi. So for us to build this place ka ọ dị ka obodo ebe ndị anyị na-atụ anya ine anya na-asụ wow, ị na-ene anya na foto ọ na-ama ọkwa na enforcement. agwabụ m ụnụ n'obodo oyibo ịma eje igbutu osisi dị na your compound ịma ekpa ya aka without council ime approve ma onye nọkọta ije na-akụchi isi ife ọsọ ọghị lụkasị ebe a no ụnọ nke be gị ụnọ kwa gị nwee ịma anọgide gị nọkọta ka m mee extend ka m tinyekwuo one room n'akụkụ ị ga-ejekwa na tapa ị ga-ejekwa ma approve abịa nene ma ụdị ife ọ ga-aba ebe dị etu ọ dịkwa consistent with the general master plan. Even ipenti ụnọ o nwere some areas they will tell you the paint ị ga-paint once you know na that particular area. Ọ bụrụ colors ọ ifia onye afia green, onye afia yellow, onye afia brown, onye atinye blue. Ibi ebe ahụ dịka ebe ndị ala nọ. You know, so and I get me. I got fair with you in Anambra. First I passed the environmental law. We're going to mandate landlords and so on and so forth. Every 3 years you get paid. And we will also have the power to dictate the color code for particular streets, for particular areas. Or then mgbe merely implement. Ije ipotakwa ije kilisi ya ibia kwa mi faithful. Or then no cano. Eh?
Anyị aliwe kwa n'elu ọjị na-achọ ka anyị kpakọrọ nkụ niile dị mana ọma ekweme biko chịkọtazie okwu nwere for ndị Anambra no chịkọta please wait chịkọta okwu ife nwere for ndị Anambra chịkọta ya
ife na gwa ndị Anambra I think ọlụ a unu wee na ya ana m ekwu ya oge ọbụla enesi alụm ya anya onye asịrị ya nete ala fụ ọkụ aja welu akpa ya tinye na ya yes Chineke nọ n'eluigwe emero mistake ime anyị ndị Anambra and for me ebele kweta m that na ụbọchị ikpeazụ na ọtụtụ ajụjụ Chineke ga-ajụ each of us bụ kedu ife anyị melụ ime ka Anambra dị better than ọ dị mgbe anyị bịara ebe a ọkwa na ya ife anyị na-agbalụ mbọ a niile onye ọbụla lụọ nke ya Anambra will be the very very best place ịmalụ nke ị ga-alụ lụọ onye ọbụla nwere like flooding na Fabia iju a na-fa ama ọkwa na-agwa ụmụnne anyị ndị bi na riverine areas fa pụtaba na this flood na Fabia mana ndị be anyị ada agba ọsọ mmiri ma o zuru ọfa arụ until iju a bịa kpọbe ife amasị mba na ọma abịa ma elu akụkụ bịa until olube akụkụ a we have made preparations edobesigo holding centers when as ever those of them know if they can now come and we'll take care and we call on the Anambra onyaha na nwanne ya this is not their own making ndị Cameroon na-agbape ebe dam fa mana Nigeria alụbara dam nke anyị so every year fa gbanye mmiri fa na-agbadata na-erudata ọ pụta ọ chụpụ ụmụnne anyị ndị a nọ along the riverine areas. It's a terrible thing like onye na-asịsị je lụọ island na Ọmambala area ọmaka ọ ife mụnwa chelo. In fact, around that Omambala river, I was thinking about, hey, you know, then but if I got overlooking the river, until this flood last year, where Gafeta Kokwa, where for Benina and one of the Mama, even story buildings were all submerged under the river. So now Joseph Islander, Lucia, Gana bought some million every year. That kind of thing. So we need to bond together. Together we can make this thing happen. And that concept of togetherness, Bojangwa lead the line. If we na akonyo obuna I ga nokonoto ono. Inanya ifede kezu ke boa galaga. The House of Assembly and the executive we retreat. I think not the first time on in Nigeria. It's the first time it's happening in Nigeria. Even not the first time on them. So no, bro. First time. The important thing is that we need everybody to understand now one ball to score a goal. Whether I'm in a legislature, whether I'm in the executive, whether I'm in the judiciary, we are there to serve the people, to make the society work. But there is no civilization that has ever been built without the citizen. Or the citizen, the ordinary person, God, they conscious of the fact now I need to build a society. Onya bụ na ife pure water ka ọtọgbọ ebe na eje pikili ya. Onya bụ na ife onye na atọgbọ ya, ay bịa, don't do that. We don't do this in Anambra. And my message to ndị Anambra bụ na ebe anyị na-eje tele aka, ebe anyị sikwu abịa tele aka, mana anyị ama elu ebe anyị na-eje, ma onye ọbụla apụtara na-ajụ onwe ya kedu ife m ga-eme tata ka Anambra bụrụ obodo eji ama atụ. Anyị nchapụta na-emie na-aga ịmalụ nke onwere onye nwere ife ọ ga-etinye. Ọ bụrụgodu iso dozie ife a, ife onye ori na onye a bụ onye ori, the so-called unknown government, fa bụrụ unknown government, amaghalụ fa nwee nne, fa nwee nna, fa nwere ụmụnne, fa nwere ụmụnna. Ịmafa, give us their name, we come and take them out. Na onye a bụ kidnapper, ndị communities, ụnụmasị, ndị landlords, ejugo onye a bi na be ke ife ọ na-alụ. The landlords. Maka onwere how many of them na-alarụ n'ilo? Ọ be mmadụ ka fabi. Anyị be fabi, fa nwere nne na nna, fa nwere ụmụnne, fa nwere nwunye. Onye nke ejidelu, asị na fa jidelu, deputy governor was telling me, family arrest, I think 2 days ago or so. A na-ajụ nwaanyị, kedu ife di gị a na-alụ? Ọ sị ya nwere idea. Ị mara ife di gị na-alụ, mana ọ na-abata na-eweta ego, na-amụ ụmụ. Chi abalị, ụfọdụ abalị ọ pụọ, bata echi ya, ị mara ife ọ na-alụ. Ọ nwekwa ka ọ dị. So, aka onye ọbụla ga-adị ya ka anyị wee dozie Anambra. As for Anambra, ọ ga-adị mma, anyị nwere choice. Thursday at the investment summit, we ga-afụ ụdị nkata anyị ga-akpaba, and after that, we keep on pressing the accelerator pedal.
Thank you, Mr. Governor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I na-ekene Professor Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, Governor, Mr. Governor, Anambra State. Na Anambra, anyị na-ekene unu rinne na-ayọkwa unu mgbaala. Anyị fụ na otu n'ime unu na-akpọ mana oge adịrọ ofu 3 hours adịrị enough ịkọ maka ife gọvanọ mego in the last 16 months. Nkwa anyị ga-ekwu unu na ọ ma-etekwa aka. Anyị asị unu bịa ọzọ maka na onye sibelu nri na-abụ ọnọkata onene nnu, anọkata enene nnu. So anyị na-aga n'iru oge emetekwa ka gọvanọ abịakwa anyị na ya kparịta ụka. Ka ndị mụ na Fanozi na Monique kene ndị Anambra.
Ndị be anyị ekelekwa, ama m na ife gọvanọ kwubara onye ọbụla ntị. Daalụnụ.
Tony.
Ndị Anambra anyị etetego n'ụla. Good morning.
Joy.
Ndị Anambra ga-adị ma Anambra adị.
Governor si, ka anyị na-apụ kịta anụnwa, think of what you can do for Anambra State and not what Anambra State can do for you. On that note, I'm asking you, daalụnụ. Send the questions. Send any question through Facebook and even Olu anyaka anya wejele governor zakwa anya za unu. Ana m ekene unu si ọ ga-adịlu na ma ndị Anambra. Daalụnụ rinne. Daalụnụ.
No more sit-at-home.
Imana kuwe kukwamo
No sit at home. Governor Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo. A meet Kugunam, the kind of Abelo. Nana Sato maybe. No more sit at home.